everyone. Hey, Addie. Hey, Wicked.
Hello. How is everyone here? Gracie has to have her moment in the spotlight.
By the way, everyone,
There she is.
it is, yeah, well, I'm just gonna be like,
Hello.
hi. It's Addie's birthday today, so everybody wish Addie a happy birthday. It is also Ellie's birthday. Lots of birthdays in August. Pretty much my whole team was born in August, so
Woohoo!
happy birthday, Addie, and all the
Thank you.
Leos/Virgos that are in my chat and on my panel.
Yes. I think they call me a cusper because I'm on the border.
Let me see. Hi to everybody.
all you August babies, put your birthday dates in the chat.
I think 90% of my team were born in August. It was Little Shoe's birthday. Who's Barbie's birthday? I think just passed. Brooklyn Girls' birthday just passed. Lots of Leos, which is cool because I'm an Aries and they're both fire signs. And Virgos are cool too.
Wait, Leo is a fire sign, or is it which one is Virgo? Leo
should fire sign.
Oh, well, that explains a little. That half of me is on fire, so there you go.
There you go. Hello, Linda S, Ruth Ann, Velvet, Sheila, Bianca, Jay Freak, Plant Lover, Terry Lewis, Mel B, Roro, Rita, Nicole, Sadie, Rabbit, Miss Lisa, Barbie, Amy, Wicked, Jules.
Jules is fired up.
Brody, Mary B. Oh, see, Brody, August 4th, another one in the house for August.
Woo-hoo.
A busy month. Shayna, Shauna,
Crack you in the head.
Susie Q, Marielle. A lot of people here. Okay, Choice for Cheers. If I missed you, I'll get you. Hi, Anna. Hi. All right, so Amanda, hello.
Hello.
I said that I would report on 90 Days when it was OG involved, and here I am doing it. There's a lot of OG activity going on in the 90 Day streets, and to everybody asking about Cody, thank you. It's he's just like the same, you know. He's on day 2 of the medication, so
Did they figure out what it was?
nope.
Encouraging.
And that's why I'm off camera, because there's no amount of wizardry in my face to make me look like fresh in any way right now. So yeah, it's you know, but he just started the medication, so hopefully that does it. But it's kind of just still the same now, and that's it. So with the couples involved tonight, I figured we would start with Statler and Kenny, because I'm going to need my energy for Michael and Angela, because I read the comments section and all the fan mail y'all left me, and it was just so pleasant. Thank you for all that that criticism. Most not constructive at all, but that's cool.
Where was this? I missed it.
Well, I haven't been live in a week. The last
knew
live
that.
I did was the Michael and Angela live last Friday this time.
Oh,
And we had a busy week, so I haven't been live, but I gotta say hi to everybody. Hey Tater, hey Jenny from the block.
Anna,
No,
hi Anna.
they don't know. They just don't know yet, and I don't want to make this live about that, because honestly, I've been thinking about it 24/7, and my brain could use a break. So let's talk about something equally as toxic: 90 Day Fiance. So there you go. All right, so let's start with Statler. And Statler, who is not an OG by any means. You know, Statler's been making waves lately because her idea, allegedly, it was her idea to have like the 90 Day Fiance meets Big Brother house type of thing that they're trying out on the tell all now, right? You know, we're on like part 5 of this tell all.
This last one was
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, 4 or
And-
5's coming up next week. It's
Yeah,
actually
5 is on Sunday, right?
yeah.
4. Yeah,
I mean,
5 is next Sunday.
Yeah.
It's not
So-
so bad, but I mean, it definitely could have been condensed to about 3.
So this was her idea, and now what they're saying is that, you know, 90 Day is Sharp is pushing forward, I should say, and they're gonna make like a season of this now, which, you know, would be interesting. I would probably watch it, as you know, as sick of the show. I would give it a spin.
So you're saying that they're gonna start doing a house type of thing? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like a Big Brother house. Like they're gonna, like, you know, like how they have the tell all now,
Okay.
with them all like interacting with each other, and
So this is like a test run for that then.
that, yeah, allegedly, yes.
Alleg-
So it's gonna be Big Brother 90 Day Fiance house. I don't know if they're gonna, like, you know, evict, but I'm sure it'll be something cheesy, and I'll probably be there for it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it's the only one I'm watching now. Is
Combo of The Last Resort,
Right.
but
And
not on
meets
vacation.
meets Big Brother. How I see it is they have, like, you know, 16 random 90 Day Fiance cast members in the house. Like, you know, it would probably behoove them to have like Anfisa and Pau both there, because they were both on reality shows where they were just recently living in houses. And, you know, the funny thing is, and like, you know, remember like the Pau and Fisa rivalry, like, you know, the rivalry that, like, you know,
Yeah.
when they were both on, they were always going for each other. Like, that's when I first started like blogging and talking about the show, the good old days. Like, what I wouldn't give for a good old fashioned Pau and Anfisa throwdown, like of yore. But Pau just won her series. She won the $1 million prize.
I was so excited for her.
On the GOAT, right?
Yeah.
Pau was voted the GOAT, the greatest of all time, and like, you know, that's that's title to have. And Anfisa was on the first season of House of Villains, and Anfisa didn't fare as well. She didn't get any prize money, and but Anfisa was on the show for a while, but, you know, she didn't win, and she certainly didn't win $1 million. So, you know, that's, you know, Pau's feeling good. So I can imagine like Pau and Anfisa both being on that show. And that would be amazing if something like that would happen. But yeah, I missed those days of the blogging.
I didn't watch any of that.
And those are both just recently on.
Missed it completely.
That would actually be kind of entertaining. I think I would enjoy that.
I would too. And I could see why Statler, you know, would be upset if she, you know, she's claiming she pitched the idea to producers and the higher ups, and now they're running with the show and she's not getting any credit and probably is not going to be on it, which would piss me off even more.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I knew something was wrong with Statler the second like I saw all those like frozen chicken TV dinners in her freezer. Remember like the first episode? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Yes.
I pegged her as a spectrum dweller as well. Along with myself.
Like, you know, like, oh, hi, I'm Statler. I live in this big house. And like, you know, she was like, she thought she was like MTV Cribs, and she's like, let me show you my freezer and my fridge. And then she opened it up, and the freezer was like 8 million, like Hungry Man chicken TV dinner.
You got a problem with that? I got that now. I have 2 freezers full. I have
Well, like, listen, I don't mind a TV dinner. I love my Salisbury steak, and that's my favorite TV dinner. And I can only eat like a Salisbury steak if it's a TV dinner. Like, I would never go to a restaurant and order a Salisbury steak because I'd be like, I get that from my Swansons whenever I want. No, so. I love, but like, you know, it was just the one kind. It was what done it for me. Just the one, just the frozen chicken every Jay, like she's like in The Martian, and he eats potatoes, and she eats chicken. Like it was just weird.
Yeah, she didn't have any variety. I mean, it's
That's
okay
the
to have
one.
TV dinners, but like,
Oh Lord, please don't come to my house and look in my. I don't
well,
have any variety.
I'm a creature of
I eat the
habit
same
when
thing.
I eat, so
Yes,
I'm
I
not
eat the same
judging,
thing.
but I'm very much a creature of habit. My best friend
Yes.
was teasing me the other night. Like, I know what I like. I'm not a foodie. I don't have a problem with that.
Thank you,
I eat the
MW, for
same
the
thing at the
cash.
same time every day. I will occasionally switch it up times and days, but it's always the same thing.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm easy to shop for.
Yeah, I went to this restaurant and like they had a buffalo mac and cheese that was delicious. And like they even knew my voice when I called to order it. They're like, "Are you gonna have your regular?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. I don't ever have to give my husband my order. He knows it. He says,
Well,
go
that's
here.
his
Yep,
love.
okay.
Like if he's going to a restaurant and he knows, what you order, then oh hey, I'm going here. You want your used? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Just makes it easy too. You don't have to do.
Sorry, and listen, I'm not hating on TV dinners. Like I go to the Dollar Tree before. Now the Dollar Tree is like all like bougie, and they have like stuff that's over the dollar, and then $1.25, which I'm annoyed at now, because I used to get like my frozen and it was like the Swanson like backyard riblet, and it was like a McRib patty like with the fake lines on it, and with mashed potatoes, and it was $1, and that I would get like 4 or 5 of because I could just eat those. So I'm not hating on TV dinners. I grew up like as a kid, like a TV dinner would be like your lunch on a Saturday. Here's, eat your TV dinner, and then like that'll hold you over till later. Like that was, or tuna fish sandwiches, one or the other.
Right.
But she was just weird. And then she couldn't wait, and just to give you an idea, Statler's mom is like the mayor of like a very small, conservative Texas town. And that's why like you never see Statler's family on the show at all, because I don't know if they wrote her off or they're like, no, we're just like, the opposite of what the show portrays. I don't know. But, and again, I didn't watch, was Statler on Happily? No, she wasn't, right?
She was on The Other
The
Way.
other way.
But she wasn't on this season of Happily with Angela,
No,
right?
no. She's only been, she's on TikTok now.
But she's on The Other Way, so she's being aired, so it makes sense. Okay. So now she's pissed off, and like anybody who's ever tried to go after Sharp, any couple you never heard from again. So, and like her age is showing, because didn't she say she's like, taking legal action against them?
I think so.
I haven't seen the story, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you, Melby. I and again, I'm the blogger here, and I should know this stuff, and I shouldn't be asking, but it's been weird.
I didn't know
Steven,
what it was.
But I from what I saw, I saw something like she's going after the show, and anyone who's ever gone after the show, like you don't bite the hand that feeds you, and
right, exactly.
her age is showing. So now, I guess, in a very grandiose way, like Statler thinks like okay, thank you. Statler thinks she's it's the first day in the yard, and she wants to go after the pillow talk people, and girl. And like the pillow talk people do sit up there like they're Greek gods, right? Like they control Mount Olympus, and to a sense they do, really.
Right.
You would say the pillow talk people are like
I mean, that's where you're making the money.
It used to be. Oh, thank you, Baby B.
Thank you, Baby B. That's sweet.
Thank you, Baby B.
That's Brooklyn. Thank you, sweetheart. They sit up there on Mount Olympus, and it used to be Happily that made the money, but now the pillow talk people, they make bank too now. So, and they have like what, David and Annie, who's been up, they'll be up there till the cows come home. There's no way no way they're ever replacing David and Annie, especially now that Annie's pregnant.
Right.
Good for them. I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now they've
come a long way from where they started, living above a garage with No,
Oh, in the I
Tony,
love no, okay. My favorite place of theirs was in the firehouse. I love the firehouse place they had. I remember watching it and I was saying, "Damn, I wish we had that place." Like I love that little and then like they lived in the conference room.
yeah. I don't remember the firehouse. That would be
Yeah,
cool
there
though.
was no kitchen, and she was very upset about that. There's no
Yeah,
Didn't they have like a room above, like a storage facility?
that was the conference room. That was yeah,
Oh
it
my
was the
gosh, yeah.
conference room.
And now
That's
he's
what I called it.
buying her a Mercedes. Like, you go, David.
No, yeah, and listen, pillow talk. There you go. And I think they've been on pillow talk since Jump. I think they're the only couple. And if they weren't on it since the first season, they've been on it very close to every season. So,
Right.
uh,
Flower Child. She just found out she's pregnant. I think that they say they were. No,
I
that
think
was
she's talking about Annie and Robert.
oh,
Or is
yeah.
that who you're talking about? Father Child?
Annie and I think Annie and Robert are still pregnant because I see them on TikTok, Instagram, and stuff like that. And I think maybe she did. It's hard to tell on the show, but
no,
I
I'm
know that
happy for Annie.
Annie and David now are finally got pregnant, so she's
Yeah.
going through
Does she know
major
what she's
morning
having yet,
sickness
or
right
too
now.
early to tell?
I can't remember if I saw it on the last thing. I know they showed the thing showing the pictures. Somebody said there were three of something. I saw somebody say they were pregnant and there were three of them. Now I don't know who that was. Now shoot. I don't think it's Annie. I think she's just got the one. So never mind. But yeah,
That's okay.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to see their baby. But yeah,
Okay, so
Robert and Annie are
yeah,
also.
happy for them. Where are we? Where are we going?
We're talking about Statler.
Statler.
She's
Yeah,
pissing off
Statler.
the
Okay.
hand that feeds her.
I guess Statler like went on TikTok, and I don't have like what Statler said. If somebody wants to send me the link for it, I'll play it. I have the Queen's His Highness response, and I could say that because I hate Kenny. I don't hate him. I just really don't like him a whole lot. Never did, never will. Because Queen, So Statler was in New York. She's in New York. It's like, who's
Shit.
not? Oh, are you okay? Is your house
Yeah,
on
it's
fire?
okay. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Grace, stop. I'm fine.
The zombies start attacking.
Oh, it's a. You cooking? Gracie's like, please stop. Anywho, while she fixes that,
Are you okay?
I think she muted.
Okay. And thanks for that train didn't take off, Brooklyn, but I appreciate the enthusiasm. The train didn't leave the station. I needed that laugh. Okay. Sorry. All right. So Statler decides I'm gonna come for Kenny. Okay. Now, I can see your enthusiasm by going after him because, he's thank you, Roro. But girl, you do not go for this guy, because he sits there and Kenny. One of the reasons. She dropped down.
Uh-oh.
Lord, I hope she's okay.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't think she's cooking anything.
Well, if she was cooking anything, I don't think it's good anymore.
Oh.
Where are we?
So you're talking about Kenny.
So Kenny and like I've come for Kenny. Kenny's come for me, but Kenny is always he always sits there on his throat. Ooh, hibbity bibbity, I'm Kenneth. Now dare anyone come for me? And then he sits there on his little perch because how Oh, he's such like an old queen. I can't stand
I'm
him. Like
sorry,
he's
I
like
like
I
him.
hate
I
him.
always have.
I know. It's good. It's good.
I
just
love both of them, Armando, Kenny.
yes for me on both. But let me share the screen here. Hold on. So this is from right here.
Oh, okay. Pineapple says that Statler is going after Armando, not Kenny necessarily, because Armando called her out. And then
We're
she
out
says
on.
Kenny sure had the response though.
So no, it's fine. Everyone loves Kenny. It's okay. Listen, I get it. But
Yes.
I know that type of Kenny, like some old queen at a bar who thinks like his shit don't stink. Like I just like, and his first season when he got away, like Kenny could do no wrong. They were the first gay couple, like, love, love, love. And I'm like, I just saw right through him. And then the second season, Kenny started being like Kenny, and people started calling him out, like, ooh, how pushy he was being with Armando's dad, and his true colors started showing. I'm like, here, I told you. I'm like, wait, I told you you'd start to crack. You'd see it. And then like the next season, he got even like a more pushier, but then like still gay couple, yay, gay couple, love each other, love, love, love. And like Cody Kenny is like what 62, 63 now.
Yeah.
Like he's a stone's throw away from getting like a senior coffee at McDonald's, but he still wants to pretend like he's like some 35-year-old like club goer, because that's how old his husband is, but that's a different story for another day. I just don't like him for so many reasons. So, and Kenny did the same thing with me. Like, when I called him out for a plethora of reasons whenever I got a chance, which was often because pretty much everything he's ever done, I disagreed with. But he would say this to me, like, be like, no to a certain blogger. Like, and that would be me. The whole world knew it was me. Oh,
There
Wicked's
she is.
back. She's not on fire. Thank God.
Oh,
Okay.
Jesus,
Are you?
take the wheel.
What the heck?
I have like this indoor fire pit, and I guess it got a little too hot, but I mean, it wasn't smoking or anything. It just.
Are you sure? Because your whole house sounded like it was like Vietnam.
It scared the bejesus out of me.
Yeah,
I called
right.
the fire department. I'm like, don't send anyone. I'm okay.
Jesus. Okay. Did you
I
shut
don't
off the
think our alarm
fireplace?
system is set up to call the police directly, but
Well, at least you won't die in perish in a fire.
yeah, yeah. And Pineapple, my girl, thank you for checking on me. I love you. Sorry if I freaked anyone out.
And again, guys, like I don't want anybody to not like Kenny. I'm not trying to turn you against Kenny. This is just my personal opinion. And if you've been following me for years, which I know that everyone in this chat has, pretty much, you'll know that me and Kenny could always never liked each other, and you're still here. So see, we could all disagree with each other, right? Like I have never done one live in my life where I said,
"Get off my pal."
Like Kenny, you will never catch me saying anywhere like, I like this guy. Nope, I've always felt this way. He's always felt this way against me, and
Hey,
that's how it is.
Some people just don't mesh. It is. I like what you called him, the old queen. I love that.
He is the old queen. He is the old queen.
And
I could say that because A, I don't like him, and B, I'm gay. So I got both bases covered there. He is the old queen. He's His Highness, and like there's a live I did on my channel. It's still up somewhere. If you go down like a year or maybe 2 years ago, Kenny comes for me, and you could see it, and it's probably the same prose he wrote, because I remember he says, to a certain blogger, like, bitch, you knew it was me. Everyone knew it was me, but whatever. So Kenny sitting, oh, hibbity bibbity, from his throne on top of 90-Day Fiance Pillow Talk Mountain, like he's Zeus. Like, you know what? Like, here's a good comparison. Like, what happened to Jesse's ego? Kenny took it the second he started the show, because they think about it. Kenny and Jesse have the same exact ego. they are and the same blonde hair. Like I wouldn't be surprised if friggin' Kenny was Jesse's dad, and that'll be a special for 90 Day Fiance, Parent Trap. We found Jesse's dad. It's Kenny. Like, and 90 Day TLC be the first to air it. Like, I just feel like Kenny's ego was just as grandiose as Jesse's was. So, I'm sorry. So here's Kenny. He's like, to note to a certain cast member that continues to say negative, outright lies about us, saying, I think he used the thing he wrote against me as a template and just filled in certain things. Wait, I might have to pull up my old Kenny live because I feel like this is a template that he used. It's almost exact. I feel like I'm reading this to me and not to Statler, because what? From the desk of Dr. Kenneth 90 Day, head king of 90 Day Fiance Pillow Talk. Note to a certain cast member, hibbity bibbity, that continues to say negative and outright lies about us, saying we are puppets, that we have no moral backbone, and wouldn't take a bullet for anyone, and how we talk about you behind your backs is outright BS. She knows zero about us, never met us, nothing, nada. She's just plain irresponsible to say things about people that she knows nothing about, knows no one in our lives, and we are not the only ones. She's a hater who has to hate on others, tear them down to feel better about her life. She has never heard us say a negative word about anyone. Well, that's a lie, Kenny, but whatever. Be hateful or try to bring others down to lift ourselves up. We have no morals or values. We have more in our little finger than she can muster out of her hateful mouth. You found your voice tonight, all right. You hateful, lying, delusional voice. Ooh, girl, that's got some sting on it.
About someone?
And right? Girl, and this is like, oh, hey, Steven. This is like, this is Kenny with him, like, just dishing out like his divaness right there. Like, Queen Kenny has spoken, y'all. Like, what? And I don't like either of them, but you don't tear people down. You found your voice all right. Your hateful, lying, delusional voice. We live our lives out on our terms and guide ourselves with love, positivity, humor, and thoughtfulness. I'm sorry. Where's the love and the positivity and the humor and the thoughtfulness here? Because I just see some old queen sitting there getting mad, and let me say something about this bitch is what I see, because I lived it when he was doing it to me.
So
Kenny.
I have no idea what she even said. So
I don't know. I from what I hear, and if someone can send me the link, that'd be great. I'll play it. But from what I can hear, Statler went on TikTok or something like that, and hey, Shanoi, and had a mouthful for Kenny, but again, she's mad at the show for stealing her idea allegedly about the Big Brother 90 Day house.
I mean, so really an original idea? No, because Sharper's already kind of done it with the whole, the last resort. That's all.
I don't know. All I know is that she's a fool, and she just like you'll never see Statler again on the show now. Now that she's like doing this, and that's it. She's done.
Yeah, I don't find her very appealing.
And this is again Kenny, like let me be like the guy who's he's taking like the bullets for the network now. I'll be the guy that stands up and because how dare this woman come for me and our network? Kenny's just doing that just to be like, oh, keep me on. I'm the good guy. I don't like him. And I don't like her. So I don't know whose side to take on this one. I appreciate Statler's enthusiasm by going after Kenny, because she's like, well, I'm going after the network and I'm going to start trying to tear down. But, Statler, for a move like that, honey, you need like an army. And girl, you ain't got no army, sweetheart. All you got is some frozen Swanson's TV chicken dinners in that freezer, and a handful of people that like you. And, which brings me to my next point.
Kenny and Armando are favorites. I mean, they're up there with like Annie and David and Tim, Veronica.
Now look at this. They are favorites, right? And like, here I am, and I know they're favorites, but that's how I feel. But she's trying to get cast members, so here's the army she's not making, so Riley from the show stood up, I guess.
Not liked. Pick your army.
At all.
Well.
Okay, so Riley jumps in because they were on that season together. And he says, I love you, girl, and got your back with the fight for fairness and change. But there it is. You dilute the message of change when you attack other cast members for their choice to work with the entity that you have issues with. So right there, she must be attacking Kenny because of his affiliation with 90 Day, and she's going to the gods of Olympus up there on Pillow Talk Mountain. You cannot expect everyone to think like you or any other cast member, past or present, who had an issue with said entity. You're losing your credibility each time you attack, especially without proof, from a loving place, my friend. Ooh, girl, Statler, that had to sting. And she probably thought this guy was in her pocket, like, oh, he was on my season, and I stand by you. This, that, and the other. But, clearly Statler had something to say about...
Riley had a problem with what? How he was portrayed? Or is he saying, don't bite the hand that feeds you?
I think that the cast members that the network might think that are aligned with Statler are going to go against her now, because they want Statler to know she has no support anywhere. And you don't mess with Sharp, man.
Right.
Every cast member that's tried to go legal against them have never been seen or heard from again. And, I wonder if, because the show is also known to pay cast, like, not nearly as much money as what the network makes off of it. And I'm wondering it's because they have to keep their legal team on retainer like 24/7, man. Because that would make sense in my head.
Yeah, I just, I like Riley's kind of PC correct, don't bite the hand that feeds you. You chose to go on this show, which is true. I mean, everyone makes this choice.
But, Statler, you bad move, honey. Like, you would need to be like on the show for like 5, 6, 7 years, like to try and even think that you could like pull a stunt like on a network like that. You would have to have a dedicated. Oh no, like and Angela, I wouldn't even think would get away with it even before all this fallout happened with Angela. I'm saying like pow, it would have to be someone like Lauren, maybe Lauren. Because Lauren's very likable, and I could maybe if Lauren ever tried to pull, and this is a hypothetical situation. I'm not saying Lauren has any problem with the network. Please, I'm just saying, like, of all the cast members that can maybe try and pull us something like this against production, Lauren would probably have the best odds because she's very likable off camera, and there's not much bad you could say about Lauren.
Mm-mm.
Maybe.
The cast went after her. Woo.
Well, I know. Well, Lauren recently defended Angela, which we're going to get to in the Angela segment. Which we'll. No, I'm keeping the chat on as is. But I'm just saying, like in a hypothetical sense, I think the only person I could think that would maybe have that type of like pull would be Lauren. And even Lauren would be smart enough to be like, John, shut up. I would never go against the network. Like.
Right. Because I mean, I'm actually surprised they had her on this season of Happily, not for any other reason that it's been a while. They've been a staple on Pillow Talk, and outside of having babies, maybe they wanted to bring some realism to Happily.
Well, no, I was happy they brought them back.
Oh yeah, 100%. I love Lauren and Alexi.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like they brought them back to show like that we actually have normal couples on the show.
Right.
To keep that like, part of the show still alive. Like, listen, we actually do have normal couples here. Look at Lauren and Alex,
we do have couples that do love each other and get along and aren't fighting every third word.
Yeah, I was trying to find it, and I can't find it on TikTok. I don't know where it went.
Yeah, MW said she like Statler spilling all kind of tea, breaking her NDA. I was like, well, guess she won't get paid.
Yeah, she's done. She's done. You'll never hear about Statler ever again. Dempsey might have a chance if like she's separate. Watch Dempsey now, like. Fill me in. Like, are they like in love? Her and Statler. What's the show feeding us about their relationship together? Because they're on the other way right now, right? You said
no. They were on. They're not. They're not on the other way now, right? Because I'm not watching it. I don't think.
Yeah, no, they are. They're on this.
That's season. Right. That's come to John Yates. We have all the current intel on all 90 Fiance cast members.
Yeah, no, she and
you told me you were not doing this anymore, so I quit watching.
Yeah, she and Dempsey are on this season, and they're going to do the van life, I guess, in Europe.
Oh, okay.
And she was supposed to have sold her car.
Oh, wait, there it is. Right from Pineapple. They're broken up and Statler is trusting her. Okay, so I already knew it. I'm glad I asked. Okay, so I already knew it. So you just heard me say Dempsey will try to be on. Okay, so this is it now. So Dempsey, they're gonna keep Dempsey on the show, which I like Dempsey. So if I had to pick between the two of them, I'll take Dempsey every time.
Oh yeah.
So this is how well I know the show, man. Like, okay, so Dempsey will now either be on the Single Life or that's Dempsey. We're still gonna see her, and Statler will be sent down a river. And that's what's gonna happen. And then when you see Dempsey on TV again, she won't even say her name. She's like, "Oh, I was on the show with somebody else." And they did that with somebody else just recently. Oh man, somebody who went legal against the network, and they were on the Single Life. Oh! It was Usman. They never mentioned that he was with Lisa.
Yeah, say that one more time.
Because it was Usman because baby girl Lisa got fired from the network, and they never brought her name up again. And when Usman got recast with what's her name, the other idiot, Kim. Oh, I'm sorry. I just heard something else. Oh, and Kim, Kim who's living life well, right? Back on Mount Olympus, Pillow Talk Mountain. Because isn't she on Pillow Talk?
They have been, yes. She was with her son.
Yeah, isn't that crazy how that works? Hey, go on a couple of seasons with this idiot, and then we'll promote you to the top of Pillow Talk Mountain.
Now we have another mother-son
All it'll cost you is a couple of PS5s and your dignity. But
Right.
sure,
I mean, well, her son has been, on the single life, and the son has fared well with mom's presence on it.
if money, you want to get to, Mount Olympus, Pillow Talk Mountain, and there's Kim. See how this works, and you think I'm
I mean,
lying
he
about
gets
your
hat
stuff?
tricks,
I know how everything
mystic
works on this
tackles.
show. I know too much, man. So, Statler not getting the energy she wanted, but Usman never brought up, her name.
Right.
It was she was never spoken of again. So you'll see Dempsey back. My point, and she'll be like, "Oh, why is with somebody else on the show?" And they ate too much Swanson's frozen chicken TV dinners, and it just like rubbed me the wrong way. And I'm like, sometimes I want Salisbury steak, and like they were like, "No, you can only eat the chicken." I'm like, I want a backyard barbecue meal, and like, no, it's only frozen chicken here. And what if, how dare I want like a frozen like Big Ziti? And like, oh my God, no, it's just a frozen chicken. And it's
Not
got
the
the
big
string beans
beauty.
on one side, it's got the mashed potatoes on the other, and it's got like, the candy apple thing in the middle, that dessert that just never fucking comes out right. It never comes out the right way. It's just, like, the TV dinner in the middle, you get like that crumble, that apple crumble tart. And it's like, for that to come out the right way, like, put the TV dinner in for like 30 seconds, then like, poke some holes in it, then take it out a minute later, spin it around 5 times, put a spell on it, and then poke some holes in the green beans. Then you're going to wait like another minute, take it out one more time, pull the plastic completely off, poke some holes in the chicken, and then put it back in. And then for like, the apple tart crumble to like come out the right way, it's like put it back in for like 5 more minutes. Get a priest and a rabbi, have them, cast a spell on it together, and put it back in for like another 20 minutes, and then maybe it'll come out right. Like that apple crumble, that apple crumble in the TV dinner never comes out right. It just never does. Never. I have
No.
never found
Only the
one
brownie that
person.
turns out okay.
Oh God, the brownie's even worse than the apple tart.
Because they're like, hard on the outside and gooey on the center.
That brownie is a weapon for that's like a ninja throwing star. That brownie, oh my God. It did have no crumble,
It's been a
Barbara.
hot minute since I've had a TV dinner. No shade. It's just been a hot minute.
So Statler's failing. She should like, just jump ship,
Oh yeah.
and coming for Kenny, that was a bad move. I don't mind going for Kenny because, like, at that point I was like the lead blogger, so that's why he reacted to me. But Statler, that was a bad move.
Yeah, I'm
So
trying to find Statler's IG, but I'm not seeing it.
good luck to you, girl. And this right here is courtesy of 90 Days Sips of Reality on IG. Give them a follow if you want. Oh Lord, I need the
What's
energy
it
for the
called?
mic
90
to fall
Day
apart.
Sips of Realty. Okay, we like them.
Okay. Oh Lord. Round 2. Okay, so Michael and Angela. Just give me I'm just gonna like a 2 minute on this one. Addie, why don't you sing some opera while we can I get Ave Maria in G
I've
sharp?
already sang once, and it was terrible.
You can
I
do
just
it
need
on
like 1 minute.
kazoo. Okay. Take a moment. I was seeing if I could find something myself. The 90 Day podcast has something on it. So I looked at her Instagram, and yeah, I don't see it on there. Like maybe it says it was. I don't know. I can't find that one that I'm seeing. I am not good at. I'm not good at social media.
That's kind of funny. I think you would be a whiz at social media, but
You'd think that would be the case. No, it's not. Oh, it took me forever to figure out how to post anything on. Oh, I'm like, what? Did he disappear? No, took me forever to figure out how to post anything on Instagram. I'm still trying to get in, looking at TikTok and seeing if I can do something. I can't go live on it because I don't have that. I only have, I have not even 500 yet. I'm
not a TikToker. But speaking of pregnancies, I did see that I'm going to say her name wrong. Baal and Shada
Bilal
are also
and
pregnant.
Shaida.
Shaida.
Yes, that's the one. That's the one that he said. I see 3, so there's a chance she may have
triplet.
multiple.
Oh wow, I didn't see that. That's awesome because I know how desperately, and I guess desperately figuratively, I know how much she wanted to be a mom.
Definitely. Oh yes, I saw her Instagram post when they were looking at the babies and they showed the sonogram.
I'll have to look at that. I don't remember that, but yeah, her and I can't remember who maybe it's Robert and Annie.
Robert and Annie are also pregnant. She's going through major morning sickness right now.
Yes.
So, and I think so is, of course, so is Shaida.
Yeah.
I think she pronounced it Shaida or Shaida.
I think it's Shaida.
Yeah. It's spelled like SHAAIDA or something or other. It's a lot of but yeah. She has been through the ringer with that one.
Yeah, I know that she's miscarried a couple times, and
yes,
so this one's viable. It looks like she's past the danger zone, and so good for you.
Is it Lynn or Lynn with the both of you? Like
Lynn, or is it Crown or Crayon?
Is it Balao or Balao?
So is it Crown or Crayon?
Oh,
I'm listening to this like I'm like, oh my god, are they really?
I'm sorry. I don't like to mispronounce people's names.
John, there's a reason I don't have my own channel.
Oh my god, that was great.
And there's a reason I only have.
Laughing. I'm like, and I'm like, is that Lynn or Lynn? Like, is that I don't know what is
it? Like Shanoi Shanui?
It's Shanui. I know how to do Shanoi's name.
Yeah, no, we have a hard time here at John Yates Central with people's names. Shanoi, Shanui, Shayna, Shauna. Like, we can't get anything right here. So, I mean, it comes to no shock that any of us, like, isn't that right? Let me see here. Is that PCs?
Reese's Pieces?
PC's stringins. So that right, like
I'd like to state for the record, I do know how to pronounce Shanoi's name because I always pronounce it correctly. She's the only one though.
And that's how being an influencer works. Now all you want, one of them good old fashioned down home like Swanson Salisbury steak dinner with the mashed potatoes and or corn and or string beans.
Yeah.
With your choice of
in 10 minutes.
1 second.
With your choice of burnt brownie or apple crumble that you'll never Godspeed.
1 second, I need to mute myself. I'm getting major calls because birthday.
Oh,
no one knew I was. No one knows I'm live.
Aren't you fancy?
Be right back.
To be so popular,
right? Having people call on her birthday, like, oh, like, what are you better than us?
Exactly. It's like the day that your social media blows up, but it's like nice. I like it.
I'm looking at you, like different Swansons. If you need like a face for like your new campaign, like don't pick this one. But I will happily talk about it on all my lives.
I mean, you could. Let's pick
You
you. At
should-
least you're a likable guy.
They could pay me in TV dinners. Like I don't even want money. Like just give me give me some TV dinners, and like Kramer, who got the free coffee on Seinfeld after his lawsuit for life. Like give me some like free TV dinners for life. Listen, I'm cool with that. So let's get into Michael and Angela. Okay,
Okay.
can't put it off any longer.
So I'm going to say this because I've been watching the tell all because we have cable. And I'm going to say this tell all.
Oh! You have cable. It's her birthday. Like, aren't we all better than each other here? Like, wow.
Look,
We're about to cancel our cable. No.
yeah, no, my mom is old. She doesn't get streaming. She understands cable. We will pay for cable until we can't stream anymore. But I will say that the tell all isn't doing either of them any favors. It certainly does not support that Michael is a domestic violence person or anything. You know, Angela just looks crazy in some of the aspects, but it's good. Go ahead.
Hey, Tony Ann, I don't know why you can't chat.
Wait,
Okay,
what?
so I listen, I know I did the live last week, but the last live I did was actually that one. And I know most people had already assumed that I would probably be on Angela's side on this one. It's not even about me being on her side, because if you watch the after show we did with Scotty, you would have heard that, me and Angela have been at odds here and there, and because me and her are cut from the same cloth, and I will disagree with her, and then she will disagree with my disagreement, and then we will,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that because I missed it, but I heard some good stuff about it.
But and I was silent, but once I heard like that he had just gotten the $40K from the tell-all that went directly to him. It was, split payment. So, and then 2 weeks later, this GoFundMe comes up.
Days later.
Or days later.
Yeah, it was days later. So now they are up to...
It's not on members only, Tony.
So it is now up to close to 44.6.
Right. So, okay. So let's jump ahead a little bit there.
Okay. So sorry.
And I'm only showing to back what she just set up because I'm not promoting it. So you see it here, and when we were live last week, it was at, I think 29,
35,
30. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So now 44,000. So 45 of the $25,000 goal. So it's nearly doubled in what they're asking for, and it's still up. And again, it's, if people want to give money to it, that's on you. But there you see it, 44,670. Okay.
I'd like to give $1 just so I can write a snarky comment.
So, and I'm not the only person, I was the only person last week kind of speaking about, because God forbid you speak poorly about Michael and you look at my comment section and you'll see what happens. But I'm just trying to be, I don't know, like
objective.
Because I don't want it to seem like, I'm like, because I'm Angela's friend, that, I would speak badly about this at any rate. But, like, it's not like that. And Let me see here. You know, there's a lot of other people.
Love
There's a
me some
lot of other
Olga.
people. You know, there's a lot of other people side eyeing this now. You know, I'm not the only blogger now, being like, huh, you know, what's really going on here? And I'm gonna give you like Heather DeBro, because like, you know, people are giving this GoFundMe the Heather DeBro side eye, like, you know, right there. So
I think if people were looking at it objectively, you know, as far as, okay, he was in Africa, he didn't have to get on the plane, he came over here willingly, then, ouch.
no, we'll get there. We'll get
Yeah.
there. We'll get there. Okay, so this is Your Wet Sock, someone who hates me and Angela vehemently. There's no one, there's no, and he's a giant 90-day following, 300,000 subs on YouTube, who does live after live on how much he hates Angela and me. And even Wet Sock here is questioning Michael's GoFundMe. And this was back when Wet Sock, when it was $28,000. Okay? Just to give you an idea why people are now side eyeing this. It's just not me.
Right.
And this has to be like, you know, this was sent to me like a little bit ago.
Right. It's like,
This is
why is
when-
he, why does he need 25,000? Why would he contest a divorce?
And again, this guy hates me and Angela with a passion. Like, I got police sent to my house because of a lie he did about me. Okay? So he hates. So just to give you an idea about the Heather DeBro side eye.
I love her.
This is-
I need that sweater in my life.
And, you know, it says, you know, shut the fuck up on her.
Oh, it does. I just know.
Yeah, I adore that sweater. I need that sweater.
So again, you know, and I don't like this guy. I can't stand him. He, you know, but even Wet Sock is, you know, and he's saying, I don't like Dirty Bird Blonde either, but I got questions. Why is the goal 25,000? Michael has earned over the 25,000 goals. So why is he still accepting donations? What legal fees? Angela does not have a case for annulment because the relationship was televised for. So, and this is when, and Wet Sock was questioning this when he'd only raised 28,000, and as we just saw, Michael's at 45,000. Oh, sweetheart, I'm not saying to trust him, and I can't stand this guy. My point is that other bloggers now are starting to question this, and you know, so I use him as an example because Wet Sock has made a lot of money trashing Angela and me, but mostly Angela. So when someone like this guy who hates Angela questions this GoFundMe, shouldn't that make you all like, you know, think for a second?
Right.
Or maybe he realized he backed the wrong pony, which in time everyone will.
Yeah, I agree. MW, it must make you feel a little vindicated that
You know what? Because you know, they all said that Angela was fired too. Like back when I was at our house reporting on the story, they all said, "Oh," and he was at this guy, Wet Sock, was saying, "Angela will never be on Sharp again. She'll never be on the show. You'll never see her again. Fired, 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 fired." And here I was, like, "Thank you, Wendy." I'm like, I'm not so sure about that one. And lo and behold, Angela was back on the show, just like I said she would be, but nobody wanted to listen. And you know, I'm not saying this guy is turning on it, but I thank you, Wendy H. But the reason, and the only reason why I bring him up now is because this guy hates her and he hates me. And for him to be questioning Michael's GoFundMe should have people raise an eyebrow. And the fact that, this guy was raising an eyebrow when Michael was only $3,000 over. But now Michael's got $23,000 over. So, and I'm not sure what he's saying now, but it's bizarre.
Very.
Yes.
And
there's just a whole lot of questions. I mean, what is the 25,000 going to cover in legal fees? I mean,
well, now it's 45,000.
okay, so
So
he's got 45 plus another 40 from the show.
that's 85K. And don't forget that, the TikTok lives he does every night.
Right.
That brings in thousands per night. And let me show you this, because there's other bloggers now coming. I don't want to say coming forward, like it's some type of movement, but like, I told them, I'm like, you're gonna get a lot of hate if you try to say anything positive about Angela. And this isn't so much positive Angela, but like Michael's fooling you all.
Yeah, 100%.
So let me drop this down here. Okay. Thank you, Wendy. All right. Now, let me show you this. This is Michael in front of like
Mercedes.
Now again, this is just a picture. Can't give any concrete evidence on anything. But and I believe this is a Facebook post. It says Michael partying like no one else. And if you guys give me the group or wherever this is posted, I'll be happy to send you there. So this is a Facebook post, Michael partying like no one else. So it's him in front of this Mercedes. I don't even know if it's a new one, an old one. I don't know. I'm not. It looks pretty. I like the color. It's red. I love red. Mercedes hat. And to circle back to what I was saying about other people online. Give me 1 second.
I noticed he didn't post that to his Instagram.
Okay. So let me share the screen. This is the Sarah Fraser IG page. She has a podcast and a YouTube channel and an IG. Oh, let me drop that down because you can't see it. So when I was saying that I'm not the only blogger who's been speaking up, Sarah Fraser, who also has a big following, she's got 74K on Instagram, and again, she has a channel and a podcast, has recently, and it's all tying together really great with a big bow on it, I promise you. So she okay.
Wow, was Angela Deem right? Is Michael scamming us all? Can you imagine? I think this GoFundMe now is up to like $44,000, something like that. Anyhow, Michael says that he has hired an attorney. I have the full story story up on the Sarah Fraser Show podcast, but fans saw him at a tire shop recently, and people are wondering if Michael spent this money on something else. All up, go listen to the pod. Well, was Angela Deem right? Is Michael scamming us all? Can you imagine?
Okay, so that was, Michael, and, maybe he was a tire store. Fans saw him there buying tires. But then when you see him like with the Mercedes hat on next to this, and again, some people may feel that, if they given him money, maybe he should buy himself a Mercedes, and new tires for it. And, they gave their money for him to be happy, and that's a decent argument. Can't say anything about that, right? But again, this GoFundMe was started for legal expenses. So you hear that.
Yeah.
And right? Like, I don't know what your guys' thoughts, because we're gonna go in deeper a little bit. Small fry, I'm gonna get there. I have a whole timeline of it.
Right.
We're gonna get there. I have a point. I'll make it. That's why I saved this for That's why we walk. This is why we need my whole energy. Ladies, your thoughts, or not? I don't know.
No, I was trying to put my thoughts together. And now I forgot what I was going to say. Damn you. What happened to Addie? No, I think it's very suspect. And people are donating, as I saw one of the comments on, the show, and people feel like he's justified for asking for all this money for the abuse he's put up with. But it's like, he was like 7 years. He could have stopped at any time. She only went over to Nigeria a few times a year and stayed a couple weeks and then came back. So I don't and even if their show was, I think Angela would have a hard time proving, for an annulment, but aren't annulments only for the Catholic Church?
I believe so. And again, I don't know if this is Michael's car. You heard that he was from Sarah Fraser, caught in a tire store buying tires. He did have he was in a car and it did have tan interior. I don't know, but it's just weird. And again, you see him on the TikToks with the gold chains, it's kind of flashy, when you're asking for help, and when you've over exceeded your budget by almost double, it seems a little ostentatious,
Right.
for my liking. Anywho. And but then we hear this. So let me drop this down again. There's going to be a timeline, I promise.
Yeah.
All right. So then
Michael has filed a countersuit against Angela Deem in their divorce proceedings. Is his lawyer a YouTuber? Is he claiming abuse, physical, verbal, by Angela Deem? Does he want spousal support? Honey! Shout out to Stargasm giving me a gasm. They broke this story this afternoon. I have a full podcast. The Sarah Fraser Show is up. You can hear all of the details. There's been a lot going down with these two over the past couple of days, including some fans questioning where Michael is spending the GoFundMe money. But then it looks like he's hired an attorney. But then when you see all the details of things he wants in this lawsuit, woo! I don't know. Whose side are you on? Go and listen to the podcast. Let me know.
Yeah.
Michael has filed a
so-
countersuit against Angela Deem in their divorce.
Okay. So let's get into, because I have them right here in front of me, and I'm going to read them to you. Michael's demands, which are just so insane. And let me make a point to everybody. And again, I know people don't like Angela, and you don't have to. She's really hard to like at times, but hmm.
What are you about? I mean, a majority of these people are donating because they don't like Angela. Not so much that they believe Michael, but they just want to.
He's saying that now he's being defamed, and his career will never pick up because of her. That's why I'm trying to, like, because from what us and the rest of the world thought, like, Michael just wanted to be a Trump loving, Angela loving American citizen and live the American dream with his wife. And we never heard of Michael having any type of career before on the show. Isn't that weird?
Did he work in Nigeria?
Trying to flip cars that never took. Like, I don't know, but it wasn't a career in show business.
I mean, and didn't at one time, and maybe this is another couple that I'm thinking about, but did Angela not want him to work so that he could, like, basically he would be accessible at any time to her?
I talked about that on the show last week, and it was, Michael wanted to do this business where he wanted to flip cars like houses. He wanted to buy cars, work on them, and then, like, sell them for a higher price. Angela was sending him, like, $1,000 like every month for it, and he just never made a profit. So Angela then said, like, hey, listen, we're making enough money from the show at this point where you don't have to work, and I'd rather have you put your thoughts into the show than deal with this, because Angela was losing money, saying the money that for these cars that he bought that he could never sell.
Well, I mean,
So
if you're going to get into the car flipping business, you need to at least be a mechanic or be able to work on the car so that you're not having to fork out all the money to have someone else do the work.
Okay, small fry. I promise you. You're going like crazy in the chat right now. I'm never gonna be able to read all this stuff and go back. You gotta wait for it. I'll give you your moment. I promise you. Okay, so where were we? Okay, so
So we were talking about
appreciate each other, everyone. God bless you.
what is this?
And blessing. Yeah.
These are like TikToks with Michael and other women.
And blessing. Yeah.
But Michael looks like he just came from like K-Fed's closet.
True.
Like, is that right?
He needs to, like, fix that head. The bill needs to be a little more shaped. I mean, good gracious.
But is that like, that looks like those, like, like new hip clothes? Like,
Yeah.
here, I'll add it to the overlay. Like,
Well, I mean, come on. He's got a palm tree shirt on.
I don't get it.
Like, how hip is a palm tree unless you're living in Florida?
Hey, Johnny Mac, good to see you.
Yeah, John. Oh, hell, what happened? Oh, two of John now. Yeah. Johnny Mac, I've been fascinated with your Totten family. And for Brooklyn Baby, this is Johnny Mac. I know you've seen him on here before.
Like, it looks like is that like a new brand, expensive? Like, he's got the logo there, all proud of it. The hat that looks brand new. I don't know. It's just like this guy does not look like he needs like anyone's help. He's having fun with everybody.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely doesn't look like he's afraid for his life, or that he's living in squalor.
No, he's living rent free.
Well, yeah, and he's got $85,000 in his pocket with nothing to do. Of course, he can afford a Mercedes, used or otherwise.
And like, we don't know if he got the Mercedes, like, but the fact that he had like the Mercedes hat on, like, was like, I don't know. The hat,
Yeah,
but that's fine.
keep trying to search this car to see what model it is, and it doesn't tell me the model, only that it, because I'm trying to find it from the grill. And it won't tell me.
But people are questioning it now, which people should, because there's even. Let me pull this up.
It just seems very suspect. Particularly, I mean, how much after the tell-all did he leave? The tell-all was filmed in what? January?
Late December.
Okay, so Michael came in December. Couple weeks later, the tell-all was filmed, and then how long from then till he left? Did we ever find out why they filmed the tell-all early? Or was it just, we just finished filming, let's get our thoughts in order?
The tell all. Well, they were filming. They were filming Last Resort. They were there like the week after Christmas. And then the tell all was shot like right after that.
So she did the Last Resort, Happily.
Because Michael had gotten here like I think like Christmas Eve. Like he got here like Christmas Eve. You're right. So that would line. Nope. I can't remember. Too many dates in my head floating.
Well, no, because I thought The Last Resort was filmed and then she did Happily and then he came over. But why was the
But Last Resort wasn't this year. It was last year, wasn't
right?
it?
Correct.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I thought I was going crazy for a fucking second. I put them all in the same year. Like that's why my head was spinning. I'm like, wait, that's not adding up in my head. Like,
So it was filmed in January of 2023.
ugh, it does like going like legit crazy. Sorry.
That's okay.
I'm like, that's not nothing.
Yeah, according to this, it says it was filmed in January of 2023. They showed it like summer of
and then like Drew Barrymore was like taped at the same time, that's when Michael was they were still together. So when people were saying like when Drew Barrymore thing came out, like, no, like that was filmed when they were still together. Like that's like another like misconception. But I'm seeing stuff. Oh, I can't find it.
So Angela was on Drew Barrymore on June 17th.
But they thought they had just filmed that. That's not the case. That was filmed back in January. Okay, so this is from. I'm going to add this to the thing.
But so when did Michael go missing?
Okay, so Angela and Michael, the Drew Barrymore was recorded in February. It was not recorded when it just aired in June. That was from 4 months prior. They recorded it late February. I think it was like the 23rd because they were we were supposed to meet them. Anywho, that was a while ago.
So he went missing February 26th.
Right. And that's when me and Cody were down there. Michael left on the
All right,
Michael was gone on the 23rd of February.
Okay,
we were
so
down
they
there.
filmed
We
it
were
in
down there
January.
on like Michael was because we got down there like on I think the same day or like the day after.
I think it was the day after.
It was the day after. So we were there on the 24th. They had recorded Drew earlier in the month. We got there on the 24th. Now, I was thinking, for the timeline, right? And I know that Angela has been to Nigeria at least once a year. Every year they've been together up until, just currently. And I think she had went there she went to Nigeria a couple of times in 1 year.
Right.
But mostly it was just, once a year. And I was, for the timeline's sake, since 2017, when she started going there, it was Angela going to Nigeria. And it was Michael at Nigeria. So for the people who want to say that Angela has been abusing Michael since Jump, let's do the timeline. So 2017, she goes to Nigeria for the first time. And meanwhile, don't forget that this is while Angela's mother was still alive and battling cancer. And they had a very close relationship. So wasn't, and I will also say that Angela, prior to being on the show, was a hospice worker. She worked jobs that a lot of people wouldn't want to.
Right.
Just to, and again, I'm not trying to make anybody like
Yeah,
Angela.
I mean, I did hospice.
Yeah.
It takes a special type of person
Yeah.
to work in hospice because you really have to detach yourself and you look at death completely different. You look at it or I do anyway, look at it very scientifically.
And at that time, Angela's mom, Angela was also taking care of her mother who was living in the house, full time while Angela took, so there was a lot going on. So Angela went there once a year, a couple times twice. So 2017, their first season, she's there, and again, yeah, every season Angela was on, her and Michael really never got along. I mean,
right.
I don't think anyone can say that they've ever watched one season where Angela and Michael didn't fight.
No. But I'll also say that Michael, I don't think people get so mad at Angela, and I get it, but we're only seeing this little, 2-3 weeks of time that she's over there. We don't know all of his little shenanigans that he is doing the other 9.5 or the 11.5 months that she's not there. I mean, he cops to, oh, I did the BJ. Okay, well, what else did you do? Because I'm pretty sure he wasn't faithful.
And I didn't make this point last week. So again, I'm just going to re-show these texts again. These were texts that Michael, and I showed these last week. I have a point here. These were texts that Michael were sending this other woman while Angela was there filming. And this is the person telling me about it. Proof Michael cheating, blah, 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 blah. And I'm going to replay this for 1 second because I forgot to make this point last week and I walked away. I'm like, whenever I end a live, I'm like, did I say everything I wanted to say? Did I forget something? And like, this was the one thing I forgot to say, which I'm not going to forget right now. So there was that. And then the audio of Michael, where is it? I hope it's this.
Kachi, try and understand me, okay? I'm trying to call you now, you're not picking up. I've been busy filming, trying to sort things out, okay? Just trust me, please. Also, I have some money coming to your side. I will let you know, okay? I'll call you, please. I love you and I miss you.
And the reason why I just replayed that was because how come the PI didn't catch that?
I'm like, where did she find this useless PI?
And I forgot to make that connection last week.
Tell him whether or not he had a social media? Come on.
I mean, that's straight from the horse's mouth that he's got money on the side. And this PI couldn't find that. And that's coming straight from Michael's mouth. So,
Right.
Don't believe everything you hear and see on TV, people. And that's the one thing I forgot to, the one point I forgot to make last week. Because as soon as I ended the live, I'm like, damn it. I forgot to say that. But, everyone, and I said also on my live last week that, like, I hadn't watched the tell-all. I hadn't watched the season. And, when I heard that clip on Instagram, I'm like, oh God, not a good look from this PI saying he can't find anything on Angela and like, making her look like the idiot. But also that same PI didn't realize that Michael's IG that he has now, that it was before. We said it was his and they were saying it wasn't, but it was his. He couldn't find that. And, he's saying that, he this PI came up with 2 phone books worth of fucking files, man, and walked on and, I can't find anything, with all this paperwork I have in my hands. And, this is straight from the horse's mouth.
Right, but what did he find?
He found nothing, but, according to.
Kachi, try and understand me, okay? I'm trying to call you now, you're not picking up. I've been busy filming, trying to sort things out, okay? Just trust me, please. Also, I have some money coming to your side. I will let you know, okay? I'll call you, please. I love you and I miss you.
So why didn't the PI find that?
I mean, what did the PI find about his website or his?
But if I have this, and like, and again, it just, I don't know, because I looked at Cody, I'm like, well, that was pretty damaging towards Angela, man. Like that PI saying like, I can't find anything. And I'm like, oh man, you can't recover from that, man. But
I mean, like, did the PI even investigate the Paradise Men website or the Facebook page? where Michael's an admin?
No, but Rita, nobody knew I had it because I didn't share that with anybody.
But I mean, couldn't
So
he have asked Angela, like, hey, have you ever been sent anything that showed Michael was cheating? Yeah, here you go. I mean, that would have given him like a starting point instead of, nope, don't even know if he has a social media.
But like, if the PI was worth anything, he would have contacted me because, Angela made it clear on the show like last season, like that a friend reached out to her. She couldn't say on the show that it was Johnny H because I'm a blogger for the show and it would have looked rigged, right?
Right.
But it was me that, when you saw Angela on the swing set and took a friend reach out to me about Michael cheating on them. That was me. And again, me and Angela were like we were like not cool with each other at the time, but like, I saw that she was being wronged and I could have gone the other way with that. Me and Angela were not talking at that point, and I had proof, 100% proof that Michael was cheating on Angela. I could have made tens of thousands of dollars on that. You have no idea. But I couldn't do her wrong because she is family, and I couldn't do her wrong now because she's family. And when
But I will say this about the PI. Like, the PI, I think, only investigated what was happening in the US. So, of course, he's not going to find anything in the US because Michael hasn't been here that long. But I think had he done a little deeper and kind of investigated the Nigerian side, he probably would have found a little bit more information. I mean, hell, watch the show. Michael has admitted to cheating, for crying out loud.
So again, she went there, one time a year. So for 7 years, a couple times twice. So let's say 9 trips. So Michael went, and again, this isn't Michael coming to here, right? It's Michael in his home country. Michael's in Nigeria 95% of the year by himself, living his life, not being bothered, right? Let's think about it in this way. Angela comes, they film, and like again, it's just not Angela and Michael alone. It's Angela, Michael, PAs, cameramen. It's a whole rigmarole of people.
I mean, did this Bobo even contact production to see if they knew anything?
They do that once a year.
I think this dude was a Bobo.
And yeah, has Angela not treated Michael so well? Yeah. I mean, I can't even say that it's been great, right? But
I think I don't know if
Angela goes home. Goes home, and then Michael's still in Nigeria, and now they're starting to make money from the show, right? And in the beginning it was not as much. Angela was still working. I think Angela was still working 60 hours a week up until maybe the 5th season when she was on, because Angela was working every second of every day. So then we're watching the next season, and Angela, and then Angela brought on the tell-alls. Angela's first tell-all was when, she threatened Rachel. I mean, Angela delivers on the show, and they saw Angela as a way, to, keep that going, because Angela is a formidable woman, which I always say. So, the first tell-all, Angela and Rachel are going at it. And I think the second tell-all was when Angela and friggin' that horrible, the chicken lady, what's her name? Rebecca. Oh, that horrible bitch. Rebecca, who I can't stand. When Angela went against Rebecca. And then there was the Angela and Avery. I mean, so we all know that having Angela on the show is going to be volatile, right?
Right. I just think that, I mean, Angela does deliver on, I mean, she's not, a sit by and kind of watch the sidelines. She will tell you, I don't know if fearless is the word, but she will flat out, she's not afraid of anyone. Like she'd man, woman, child, she will get in your face and tell you what's wrong.
Right. And you have the back and forth, and and again, every season, Angela and Michael are together. It's just not good. And building up to so to the people again. Well, Michael's been abused by Angela for years. Well, has he? You're looking at it like from what you see on the show.
Right.
Angela's been there in Nigeria, with the only place that Michael, quote unquote's been abused, right? So, and at any point, Michael could have told Angela, "Stop flying to my country and seeing me."
Right.
Right? Why didn't that happen? Why aren't people seeing that, over the course of 7 years, Michael and Angela haven't spent more than 4 months together in grand time over the course of 7 years?
Right.
That's the thing. And then every year Angela went back, they filmed. And Angela treated Michael poorly, and I can't stand up for her. There's a lot of times when Angela, what you see is Angela doing that. But again, I know a lot from being at the forefront of the show for a long time. And I've been blogging about this show way before Angela came on it. And I know how it works. Yeah, listen, small fry, I've seen it. And like I said on my last live last week, I don't condone everything that Angela does, just like she don't condone everything I do. But there is a bigger picture, and I know, just like I started this live about Kenny, which Kenny the whole world loves. Probably should have went into Michael and Angela first, but I couldn't go into it first because I needed a laugh. If you want to, I needed a laugh, man. If you really want to get down to it, but it's.
Yeah, I mean, it just, and when I'm watching the tell all, Michael is very adamant. I want this to work. I love my wife. I want this fighting to stop. I just want to move forward. I want to live in peace and harmony. I'll do anything to make this marriage work. And 2 weeks later, he's walking out the door.
And that's the thing, for everyone to say Angela was abusive, and I can see scenes where, yeah, not a good look, but he was there in Nigeria. He could have stopped Angela from coming at any time. So 1 year, the first year, Angela's abusive. Michael's okay with it. Year 2, 2018, she comes over. She's not nice to him. Michael's okay with it. 2019, Angela comes over. She's not nice to Michael. They film it. Michael's okay with it. 2020, Angela comes over to Nigeria. They film it. She's abusive. Michael's okay with it. 2021, Angela comes over. They film it. Angela abusive. Michael's okay with it. 2022, they come over. Angela's abusive. Michael's okay with it. They come over. 2023, Angela comes over. She's abusive. Michael's okay with it. What I hear from those 7 years in a row is that it was Angela spending the money out of her pocket. And it's not Angela paying. It's not the show paying for it. It's Angela's money coming. She's paying for the airplane tickets to Nigeria.
Right. And I don't know if she has like an open-ended ticket because
No,
in the
she-
voice
her-
clip,
her
where
last
Michael
name's not
says-
Kardashian.
Well, no, I'm just saying in the voice clip from Michael, you hear him say, I don't know if she's leaving tonight. Like leaving the area or leaving the country.
So
Yes.
it's so crazy that Angela's, and again, Angela's abusive, right? But then abusive, but Michael never stopped her from coming over. Not once. If again and again people want to say, I don't know what don't
But
know how you
even
can argue on that, but Mike, it was Angela flying to Nigeria. It wasn't Michael flying to Georgia. I mean, like he couldn't, but so Michael is in his home country. 328 of 300 and
65 days.
yeah,
But
maybe.
I mean, even with this last season, Angela and Michael get into a fight because she finds out about the Paradise Men. It is Michael going to the hotel to try to smooth things over with Angela. If he's so in fear of his life, why did he go to why didn't he say, you know what? I'm done. This bitch is crazy. I'm leaving. Hallelujah. She's done with me.
It's just weird, and people just want to see what they saw on TV, which is the craziest part. Michael could have put a stop to this years ago.
Right.
He didn't have to be on TV if it was that bad. So why did Michael keep it? And you can't tell that Angela was threatening Michael because she was there 2 weeks out of a year, and while he was there the whole time. And Angela's been on TV before, and they would have kept her on to do a different season, but it's she kept going back because he loved her. She loved him, and does it play better on TV that Angela's throwing a drink in Michael's face? Absolutely. Of course it does. If you see Angela and Michael linking arms, if they're like this, drinking champagne flutes out of their arms, Terry DeBro, like Heather and Terry,
it just doesn't make sense to me. Why did he get on a plane? He could have been, yeah, send me the money for a plane ticket. Okay, yeah, I'm not getting on the plane.
why would he leave? So now, we've all watched the abuse for 7 years, right? Okay, so then why did we watch him get on a plane?
Right. I mean, he was filming at that time, so they flew back together, correct? Or did he fly in separately?
No, I believe they were there for that I think it was 6 weeks. I think they were there, and again on Angela's dime. But
And is Michael contributing to any of the hotel room, the food?
no,
Because they're staying at hotels. They're not even staying at Michael's home. So
he wanted Angela to go home so he could stay there and have fun
So why can't
while they were there.
right? So why didn't they stay at Michael's home? I mean,
They
I
had to-
realize
they
you
moved to
can't not
Ivory
want to do
Coast.
the
They went to a
hibbity-dibbity
different
when your
country.
mom's in the other room, but
Ivory Coast, but they went to a different country, so they'd have better odds of being able to get Michael out. So Nigeria said no. So Michael, because he knows how to work the system, went to this country, and all of a sudden, in the 7 years they've been together, now he was able to fly out from this other country.
I mean, that in itself is suspect.
Gotta
Why
work
did this
around.
other? It seems like you would have to go to your own country to your own embassy to get this thing approved.
But isn't it weird? Like, the second they leave Nigeria and they're in this other country, like then Michael can leave. Isn't that weird?
Right. But I'm like, why is it that this
And
other
why?
country can approve his visa?
No, it wasn't through Nigeria.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't his home country? That's like me going to England and having them approve my visa. Why didn't John and Rachel go to Ireland to have his visa approved?
And again, well, I don't know. Why did he wait so long? Maybe like to play the long game. I don't know. But it just weird to me, like, that we've all watched Angela be horrible to Michael every season of 90 Day, but he stuck around. Why? Why did he stay around? Why did he come here? You're thinking that Michael has been like living with Angela for like the last 7 years. That's not the case at all. Like, I could see it. Like, if Michael was there and it was every day for 7 years, but you're just watching them in vacation spots together. Sometimes at his house, but like, it's weird. And, I don't know, man.
I hate to dip on you.
Go enjoy the rest of your birthday, Addie. Thank you for coming
Sorry,
up, sweetheart.
everybody.
We love you so much.
I'll be back. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Sorry to dip. But I got to dip before
Go enjoy the rest of your birthday.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye, honey.
I find some things very suspect about all of this. Why did it take 7 years for it to get approved? And then you go to another country. I mean, hell, why didn't he go to the Ivory Coast 2 years ago or in 2020 when they got married?
Do you mean Ellie? I said hi to Ellie. Happy birthday, Ellie. I said before. She's in here. It's just weird. It's weird. Like, and again, she's abused him for years, they say.
Another country approving your visa. Like, why wouldn't everyone go to a different country if you're having trouble with your visa?
And here's like the last point I want to make on this. Oh wait, I never showed that screenshot. Did I add it? Oh, let me see. Hold on. Okay, I didn't add it.
I mean, because that looks like a relatively newer Mercedes, whether it's used or otherwise. And it looks to be in good condition. Oh, hello. I'm muting myself for just a moment. Oh, you can't. I can't mute if you're muted. 2 weeks of rest. Yeah. I don't know. Can someone please answer why you go to another country and they'll approve your visa? Just doesn't make sense. Okay, well, on a side note, while we're waiting for John to return, I think I have arthritis in my neck. So if you hear me yell, ow, every now and then, it's my neck. So, no bueno. It's getting old craps for the birds. Maybe he was able to get residency, but they were only there for a couple weeks. And I think we Googled it, and it's like thousands of miles away. It would be like, going from New York to California for Fierce just why didn't they go to it? Right, exactly. That's what I'm asking, Lena. Like, why didn't they try this years and years and years ago? Why did they have to wait until okay, 7 years in? Ouch, I'm falling apart tonight. Shit.
Aren't we all, dear? Oh God, not that. Jesus. Hold on.
Yeah, I that is my burning question. Like, if I had a question for Michael, why were you able to go to a different country to get your visa approved? And Rita's saying once they were married for 2 years, which they were because they got married in 2020, but were they ever married in this country?
Their marriage is legal.
Okay. I'm getting close. Getting close. Ouch. But it just, so many questions. Yeah. Well, apparently there's this Kibbles and Bits. Heck, I don't know the woman's name. I tried to listen for 3 minutes and
Like they're like the
4
ones
minutes I'll
like
never
running
get back.
the GoFundMe, but this is like off like their page or YouTube page or whatever, like and this is one person, Mary. He has 43K from donations. It was more than enough money now. I support Michael, he deserves it, but enough is enough. The scale is now leaning towards greed. Close the donations. Don't let the folks turn on him.
Right.
And then like why are people so worried about how much money is received? If people choose to continue to donate, that's their choice, which is true. But this goes to show like that, like and like this is a very long thread in which this person later on says like I donated $100 to Michael, like I'm not some hater, but now it's looking like greed, which it is. And the fact that he's now posing in front of Mercedes and wearing the as many gold chains as Mr. T used to, and being spotted at car shops and never looking like he's really being put through the ringer. You just see him, he's got a smile from ear to ear. And from what I hear, the Paradise Men's site that he's living in Dallas has a reputation of multiple. Never mind. I'll open up that can of worms when I have the last piece of proof that I need. But he's not showing like he's some distraught person. He's showing that
Right. I mean,
he's having a good time. Like,
I want to know why he needs $25,000 if he doesn't contest the divorce. That's what he wants, right? So what legal fee is he fighting?
well, to make my final point, the news was this week that, or yesterday rather, that he has now filed against Angela, and all like the horrible mismanagement of words, Kibbles and Bits and all them are making it sound like Michael filed this whole new thing about Angela. No, he did not. He simply hired an attorney for what they're saying. We've seen the legal paperwork to respond to Angela's annulment. And it's ridiculous. Now, there are a lot of people now saying that, well, Angela is going to be a person who wants to drag this out in court for years, so Michael needs all the money that he can get. Are y'all stupid? That is the legit opposite of what Angela would do. Angela wants the annulment, or anybody in this case would, because they need this to be over as quick as possible.
Right.
Because immigration's involved, and there are very small windows here. So Angela would be the last person on earth, and that's, I worked in law, and like Angela would be the last person on earth to want to drag this in and drag this out in court. Why? She lives here. The person who would want to drag this out in court would be Michael.
Right. And I did notice on one of his contributions, there was like $100 donation from an immigration attorney.
Oh Lord.
So, doesn't it seem suspect that an immigration
Well,
attorney?
I mean, if for some reason that immigration attorney is hired by Michael, then that's like rule for disbarment almost, I think, right there and then. But um, Angela wants to get this over as fast as possible in the court of laws, not Michael. Michael, look,
The
and
longer Michael draws it out, the greater his possibility of staying in this country and proving his case is.
right. And
He got what he
he
wanted.
needs to drag it out. Look at my buddy Larissa, but Larissa's still here, right? Because she had a very prolonged court issue with Colt, and that went on for years. And then look at Fernanda, and which I think Michael was looking to a little bit more closely because Fernanda claimed abuse on Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
And Fernanda's still here. And again,
Larissa.
none of that proof, Jonathan. I think Jonathan caught a raw deal with that because Fernanda's still here.
I don't think
I don't
Colt
know.
was trying to deport Larissa, though. I just think he wanted to be divorced.
Oh, well, he probably would have because, like, look at Colt, but and Debbie certainly wasn't helping things back in the day.
Right.
But the only person that would want to drag this out in court would be Michael, not
Right.
Angela. So people are like, Angela's going to drag this out in court. Why? What's and no one, when people ask why, no one can answer it. But why? Why would Angela and her, first off, Angela would much rather spend the money on her grandkids and her family than on stupid court shit. And Angela, for that same reason, would not want this to drag out in court because she does have a very big extended family. So, and Michael doesn't have a very big extended family, and now he's here living rent free, and he could live here for, I guess, until the cows come home. I don't know. So when people say like, it's for Michael and his court costs for like from now until forever.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure that $80K is a good start to anywhere in life in the U.S. And if he were to go back home, my God, he wouldn't have to work another day in his life.
It's $85K.
Okay, $85K. So that's just the money we know about. So you probably add another 20 for his
Well,
TikTok.
yeah, the TikTok money with the galaxies and what he's making, and you cash that out like every night.
Right.
So
So
those
you
are
figure
thousands.
he's got, we'll just say roughly 100, probably over 100. If he goes home to Nigeria, like, he's never working again. He can buy his mom a new house.
No, she passed away, but
Oh, I'm so
I-
sorry to hear. I didn't know that.
it's still like he would have but I believe he was playing the long game the whole time, and
I mean, it makes sense as to why he kept making up with her. Okay, I got to suck this up. I'm getting closer to
so
my
wait,
goal.
I haven't read the demands yet.
Particularly this last time when he's in a different country getting a visa approved that he can't get approved in his own country.
So now
He can't go
Michael,
for her house because even though that they were married, I don't know his name's not on the deed, is it?
no, that she had the house before them. No,
Because didn't I thought she bought the house before they got married.
did
So in which case he's entitled to 0.
0.00.
Right. I mean, he would be entitled to any assets that they had together from the date they got married, but that was before.
Okay, so let me see here.
It's sad because Sharp is allowing. I do miss 90 Days from the Pal, the David and Annie's, the Pal Russ, the people who were truly in love, who really wanted to make it work, and who don't care about social media or being a blogger, or being a rapper, a fashion designer, your own hairline, whatever it is. The show is so fake and unreal now that it's a turnoff, which I think is why that if they want to do this whole Big Brother thing, that it's just a way for them to show a little bit more realness from the cast, because they need some solid couples on there, which is one of the reasons I think that they brought Lauren and Alexi back, because they're a solid couple. Yeah, they fight, but they get along. They love each other. It's just that, because you have the Gino and Jasmine's and like Kobe and Emily, they're solid. A group of crazies. Where are you, Yates?
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm trying to pull it up. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. But it just, 90 Day needs to get back. And I know that they're still making money now, but they need to get back to what
They'll
made them
never.
good.
That won't happen. They're. But I would love if that day ever came. I would love it. Hold on, I'm looking for something.
I mean, some of the couples were so outrageous. I mean, Jasmine's dress for the tell-all looks like she's a Disney princess, for crying out loud. It does. She looks like it's a Cinderella, like a sexy Cinderella dress. And then, of course, she wants more plastic surgery. So I didn't like her dress. I don't think it did anything for her.
Oh, I found what Statler said. So Statler said the lines are clearly drawn between the casted members, the puppets, and the rebels. But we aren't coming for you. We're coming for your master. Ooh.
Who's the master?
I guess Kenny.
But why would Kenny be the master of 90 Day?
Because he sits on top of Mount Olympus, Pillow Talk Mountain.
Right. But I mean, I get it that he's loved, but I mean, he's up in the top 5 of the Pillow Talk people. I can't see what your profile picture is, Melby. I have to click on it. Yeah, Statler can kiss her reality TV days goodbye.
Trying to find like the list of demands, and now it's like missing, and like I'm like spazzing out on it.
It's a tail, Mel. A fluffy tail.
I love sarcasm. I read them and I thought I saved them, but like now I can't find them, and now it's like super annoying. Okay. Nope, that's screen rant. Nope.
Wonder why my avatar isn't showing up on your end. I'm looking at it. I'm looking at my phone and it's not showing up. Interesting. Well, we'll have to change that.
Okay, I found it. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
All good.
Okay. Give me a second.
I can always tell when you're doing something because you don't speak, which isn't a horrible thing, but you just I guess you're not a good multitasker. Does anyone have any fun weekend plans while we're waiting on John? I'm going to my cousin's tomorrow. He got a new puppy. And then I'm going out to lunch on Sunday. I'm excited. Ouch. That's pretty. Def Leppard with Journey. Def Leppard puts on a hella show. And I bet Journey would be good too. It's cute. Cute. Hi, MTT. I'm a little jealous, Brooklyn, that you're seeing Def Leppard. I haven't seen Journey. Def Leppard is
Sorry.
good. That sounds fun,
Alright.
barbecue.
To check on the hubs. Okay. Let me see here. Share screen. Okay. Sure. So these are Michael's claims against Angela. The petitioner has committed both physical and mental abuse against the respondent during the course of the party's marriage. This abuse has occurred both privately and publicly. Some of this abuse was documented while parties were present and filming reality television shows. Okay, again, Michael, she was coming to Nigeria. You had every way to stop it. Like, first thing, be like, bitch, don't come here anymore. Problem solved. Like, there you go. So why now? If you weren't playing the long game, why now?
I agree.
You all say that you watch Angela treat Michael like crap for 7 years now, and Michael would know better than most, right? So why did he come to Georgia? Why?
Because
He was playing the long game?
right.
Yes, right answer. You saw him, Angela was mean to Michael. Year after year after year after year after year after year after year. That's 7. I tried to count. But he was cool with it. So, I mean, like, come on, man. He had every chance to stop this. Why? What are you taking, everybody? Like, can I have some of the pills you're taking to make me as stupid as y'all? Because if I can walk around that dumb all the time, I invite it. He could have stopped this years ago, but no. And she, again, was going to his country. Dear Angela, don't come to Nigeria no more. I don't like you. Problem solved. There you go.
Right. I mean, the
Send them
sports
home with the
syndication
90
would be not
Fiance
keep up the airport.
the home game and be done with it.
Yes, right.
I mean, you can't have it both ways, y'all.
That is, I agree.
You can't.
Hey, Detour.
It's either one way or the other. But him still allowing Angela to come to Nigeria year after year after year after year after year after year after year, that was 7, only shows me that he was fine with it, unless he had some, what? So did he have some other plan in progress? Because, so what is it here? So was Michael that upset, but he loved her, but he allowed her to come? Why did Michael allow Angela to come to treat him like shit every year? Give it to me.
Because she was still supporting him.
I don't know, but he allowed it. And then they finally got the visa to fly over, and then he's out 2 months into it.
Right.
If that much. No, it wasn't even till full months. It was like, 5 weeks maybe.
Yeah, 6. He came over, filmed the tell-all, and then left. Do you know? You still haven't answered my question. Do you know why they filmed the tell-all first?
I don't. Usually they've been filming it, but they were trying all these new things, like the Big Brother house. So maybe that's why.
Yeah.
And again, like, I'm not trying to take anything away from Michael. I'm just saying, like, Michael allowed it. And you can't say, like, he was, like, this abusive husband that, like, was afraid of Angela's wrath. Like, he lived away from her 95% of the fucking year. Like, you can't say, like, he's just, afraid to move around the house, because she came 1 or 2 weeks a year. So out of 52 weeks of the year, Michael was great. And then for the 2 weeks that they filmed, he was put upon. And they had a whole fleet of people filming it, every second of it. But that's what you want to use? Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
And then Angela leaves, and, like, guess what happens the next day? The week starts again. The whole, and then, like, Angela's there for like another 2 weeks. The next year, 40 weeks later, maybe. And there's Michael just taking Angela's abuse. Right? Well, everyone's filming it. And he's okay with it again. And then Angela throws a cake in his face, or a drink, or whatever she does to him this time. But you know what? Michael's like, oh, okay, guys, you got me. But then we're supposed to feel bad for you. And then guess what happens? Another season of the show airs. And guess who's on it again? Angela and Michael. And guess what happens? They're back in Nigeria because they have nowhere else to go. And Angela's there, ready to, like, go terrorize Michael for another season in a row. Angela comes locked and loaded, saying, y'all, I don't know how I'm gonna top me terrorizing Michael this season, but damn straight, I'm gonna get him again. And Angela comes in guns blazing, pew pew, giving Michael everything she got, and Michael's there sitting and taking it. He's like, ho, 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 ho. Okay, Angie, you got me on this one again. Ho, 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 ho. And then no one cares. And we're all watching it happen in real time, right? Year after year after year after year after year. And then here we come again next season. Here comes Angela. She's got like a different friend, and she's gonna like get Michael again and show the world. And then here comes Michael. Oh, here I am again, Angie. I still love you. I can't prove anything I've done to you yet, but I'm here year after year, taking all your abuse. But I love you, girlie. I'm just waiting for the day that I can come to America, right? And then boom, Angela goes back home, and then another like 50 weeks goes by where Michael's there, and it's just I mean, for Christ's sake, it's old hat at this point. And then here comes Michael. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do about Angela this time, but I'm gonna put my feet down and show her. And here comes Angela, and but Angela's proof again, but Angela loves him, but she's, and it's Angela's money. It's Angela's plane tickets. It's, Sharp's not paying for all that. And here comes Angela. Michael, like, now you did me dirty this way. And here comes Michael. Oh, Angie, not this time. I promise you. I've been not sending money to no Paradise Man, but here comes Angela. I caught you, Michael. And we saw it. He's living in a Paradise Man house. And from what I'm hearing from people on the street in Dallas, that house has a big reputation of police being sent to it. But, so Angie, and then and then Michael, who's so put upon that everybody in the world wants to like defend. Oh no. Michael's been being attacked by Angela forever, and like we've all watched it on TV. It's been documented. I've been getting the paychecks from TV too, but I'm not going to talk about that. Look at Auntie. So like it's insane. It's insane, and it's not because I'm Angela's #1 fan, because I'm not. It's because this is ridiculous. And the fact that people, and I looked at my last live about this has got me about, I have 265 comments, 264 are evil. And I get it. I'm fine with it. So I'm cool. I'm good with it. This is not about being a ride or die for Angela. This is about y'all being stupid enough and to keep believing that this is still good. But let me scroll down here. Oh, where's the sarcasm mark? And there it is. Okay, so this is courtesy of sarcasm. So let me go back to this. Okay. Okay, you've known some women who have scammed wealthy politicians from Nigeria. Okay. So, Angela Dean filed for annulment on June 28th. She claimed that Michael fraudulently induced petitioner into marriage for the purpose of gaining legal permanent resident status from the United States. Oh my God, this is not what I don't want to read all this. I really don't. His counterclaim for divorce, Michael states his marriage with Angela is irrevocably broken. Respondent shows to the court that there were no present prospects for reconciliation, and it is in his best interest that this marriage be terminated by divorce. More from the filing. Respondent initially brings his counterclaim for divorce and other relief to on the ground that petitioner is guilty of cruel treatment against him as defined in whatever that act is. Specifically, the petitioner has committed both physical and mental abuse against the respondent during the course of the party's marriage. This abuse has occurred both privately and publicly. Some of the abuse was documented while both parties were present in filming television shows. Abuse is largely what led to the party separating in February 2024 when the respondent fled the marital residence. Okay, like, come on, man. So, Michael, according to 90 Day Fiance, has been abused by Angela for 7 years. Why in the hell would he leave and go live in her house? To stay there for what? The time he thought that it was allotted to stay there so he could stay here forever? Like, you're all are fucking stupid if you don't like see what's really going on here. Like come on, man. How could anybody in this chat who's a Michaels fan? Come on. Like, we're the Michael people in here. Why didn't Michael tell Angela while she was flying to Nigeria and they were both getting paid money from the show? Why didn't Michael tell Angela, you know what? Stop coming over here.
Exactly.
Why? Why? Why did I don't understand it. And you could hate Angela and me all you want, but that's the answer no one can that's a question no one can answer. You know, and we watch it on the TV, right? We have all seen Angela be mean to Michael, but why did he keep allowing it when he was in his home country for what, 50 out of 52 weeks a year? And then those 2 weeks that Michael was being, abused by Angela while they were filming, he was getting paid money, wasn't he? And at nice hotels and and whatever. What, and I get, because people want to hate me because of what they hear about me and the clips that are shown on me, and I get it. But, let me tell you something. This is, craziness. Why is no one saying, Michael, why did you, after 7 years of being on the show, you know how Angela is. It's caught on film, right? Right? Why has nobody said, hey, dear Angela, or dear Michael, we've seen you be abused by Angela on the show for 7 years. Why didn't you pull the plug years ago? Why is that a question that's never being asked? Why? If Angela was really this bad to Michael, and yeah, we've seen the clips on the show, and we've seen the clips on 90 Fiance Instagram, but Michael kept going back to it like a moth to a flame. And you can't say it's because Angela was threatening him, because Michael stayed apart from her 50 out of 52 weeks a year. So what?
Right. I think, Small Fry, to answer your question, I know that they get the bulk of their
Small Fry, I can tell you right now, as
Yeah,
a fact,
he-
and not allegedly, that Michael got paid $40,000 from his cut from Happily Ever After. Days before that GoFundMe started. But that wasn't mentioned in that GoFundMe. And back in the day, they used to pay the cast member. They would pay the American all the money, and then they would split it. But now I guess the show has found some loophole in how to pay the people overseas directly. So I wouldn't be putting myself out there like this if I didn't know if that wasn't a full fact. But that's okay. And then the people, everyone, they just want to hate Angela because she's not likable at times. But you can't neglect the fact that Michael kept inviting her and the show. Because 9 times out of 10, Angela came with the show because they were filming a TV show. There were a couple of times where Angela went there. I think when his mom died, that were off the books. But mostly, and Angela did that. If Angela didn't love Michael, she wouldn't have been there for that reason either, which I don't think was ever shown on the show because, again, cameras weren't there, but you didn't get to see that nice side of Angela either. And again, Angela is hard to love, and I speak from personal experience. I swear to God I do. But, I just don't understand. Like, Michael knew, if he knew how horrible she was, why would he keep inviting her back into his home country? And now I'm not the only blogger. And my time's done. I know I'm washed up, canceled, failed, whatever you want to say about me. Failed, never. I have tens of thousands of articles written about me, and I'm good with that. Washed up, probably, maybe. I just don't care about the show anymore. But I will talk about things that, like, I know about, and I know about this, and it's crazy. So. And I know that Angela went there a bunch without filming because when, Michael's mother died, that was, she went there just for that. And, Angela's mother was, remember when Angela had to go to Nigeria was when her mom was really, really sick. And that's when she was still at her house. And Angela didn't know what to do. And this was, when they weren't filming because Angela wanted to be there for Michael. And, meanwhile, her mama was, at her house, and Angela went there because she wanted to be there for Michael. You guys are idiots to think that Angela just kept him going on this show because she wanted, yeah, gross. But she went there to be there for Michael, and her mama gave her a blessing and said, "Go be there for your man. I know how much he means to you." But whatever. So I still can't find the rest of this. So let me keep reading this here. Respondent additionally brings this counterclaim for divorce under relief on the ground the petitioner is guilty of cruel treatment against him as defined. So I guess the cruel treatment that would have been found was what you've seen on 90 Day Fiance, which again, it's it doesn't look great. Especially the petitioner has committed both physical and mental abuse against the respondent during the course of the party's marriage. Disputes occurred publicly and privately. Some abuse was documented. Okay, I read that. Now he's asking for spousal support against Angela. Okay, why would Michael need spousal support from Angela? If Angela didn't do anything for him, and So now Michael, who's living rent-free in Dallas at the Paradise Men's House, and who most likely has a new Mercedes from this GoFundMe.
Hopefully, he was smart enough to at least buy it used and not spend the $100K in his pocket.
You know, small fry, listen. What's been on the show, not great. But again, Michael kept reappearing. So, how bad was her abuse if Michael kept coming year after year after year while he was living away from her for 50 out of, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's, and that's like the point I'm trying to make. You know, he kept allowing it, and we all watched it year after year after year, right? But now it's a big deal because now Michael got someone to get him a GoFundMe, and now, you know, my point is that, like, he knew how bad Angela was, according to Michael. And it was Angela coming to his home country. So why would he keep allowing it to happen? If he felt that way about Angela, and we all saw season after season of Angela abusing Michael, right? Why did Michael keep allowing it? Then why did Michael fly here to stay here for what? The 8 weeks that was legally allotted for, and then he just dipped? And now he's living rent free, and now he's getting, I don't know, man. Just, you know, that's my point. Yeah, Caroline, I can see you. You're right there. Okay, so in a move that will most certainly anger his strange wife, Michael is now seeking spousal support from Angela. Respondent shows there is a substantial disparity in income between the parties, and respondent is unable to meet his reasonable financial needs on a monthly basis without continued financial support from petitioner. Do you hear what this is? Michael is saying that Michael is the respondent. Michael shows there is a substantial disparity in the income between the parties. And respondent Michael is unable to meet his reasonable financial needs on a monthly basis without continued financial support from Angela, who's the petitioner, on a temporary and permanent basis. What in the fucking world is this shit? So I'm sorry. What is this? But Michael was doing what? Michael's respondent. Michael shows there is a substantial disparity in income between the parties. So what's the income? And Michael is unable to meet his reasonable financial needs on a monthly basis. Michael is right now living in Dallas in the Paradise for Men's House, Dallas branch, rent free, and making money hand over foot on a GoFundMe that's making money as we speak.
What's his average on TikTok?
What is going on here?
Does anyone know? Does anyone, I mean, I'm not part of the TikTok world. I don't understand TikTok, but I mean, what's his average on that? Is the court going to take that into consideration? Sounds like a whorehouse.
But like he needs alimony? Michael needs alimony for what? Tell me what Michael needs alimony for. He came here again, knowing how bad Angela was to him. What does Michael need alimony for? And you're still going to tell me that this is on the books? Come on. Mike, we've all seen it, and he's talked about it. Oh, you see me be on TV and get abused and this, that, and the other. So now you're asking for alimony because now you're here? When you knew it was going to happen to you? Oh, Jesus Christ. Alimony. We should all be so lucky to come here. Like, this goes to show for playing the long game like Michael. Like, this man has played the long game like no one's business. He let everybody. You know how I see it? And this got nothing to do with me being friends with Angela. How I see it, this Michael. Here I am. This is Michael here in Nigeria. Wouldn't it be so good? I'd be the most famous Nigerian scammer in all the time if I can get somebody from the show to fall in love with me, and I play the long game, and no one will believe me. And then that they were just saying, "Oh no, Michael," the other Nigerians like, "No, Michael, you'll never be able to pull this off." And then there's Michael like, like, "Oh yes, I get this done right straight away. You'll see." So, Michael finds Angela. They're talking. Oh, Miss Angie, I love you. You're big and that thing, and I love you. Because nobody loves a big age gap on 90 Day. Like when you see the big age gaps, like let's not forget Debbie. Oh, me and Oshama. Oh, me and Oshama, the poet, the priest, the poet, people love a big age gap, like Daniela Muhammad, like they love that shit. So Michael sees this, just like Usman and baby girl Lisa and then Kim, same shit, same country. Oh, there you go. So you got Usman, you got Usman doing baby girl Lisa and Kimberly. And we were supposed to believe that Kimberly and was in love with Usman, and then baby girl Lisa was in love with Usman. So there's that whole story. So then Michael is like, "Oh no, Angie, I love you, come back." And season 2, season 3, season 4, season 5, oh, I love you, Angie, still no, and nobody cared. People weren't doing protest marches all those other seasons. It really wasn't until Michael got here that people all got bent and twisted about it. Oh look, Michael's in our country. He's in Georgia. He's here now, and look what's happening to him. And I can play videos if you want, and they're from Christmas Day of them all having a great time. They're from New Year's Eve of them all having a great time. Michael, I love being here. I love Angie. Go Trump. I love America. Shooting off. I have videos of him shooting off firecrackers from his hand. Oh, the red, white, and blue. That I have all that. And he was loving it here. He was loving it. In fact, that's how I found out that Michael was even here, because Angela or Scott, no one told me. I saw it on Facebook. I'm like, oh shit. Michael's here, but they were having a good time. And you don't see those good videos of Michael saying, I love it here, a living American dream. Go Angie, go Trump 2024. I have all of it. He was loving life.
But he was also fearful of his life.
And then it was I don't know, after that, uh 20 days later when he took off.
And let's not forget, he left a child alone who was recovering from surgery.
And another person who couldn't even whatever. Um Michael says that he and Angela share assets, and those assets should be split evenly. The parties have acquired certain assets, both real and personal, tangible and intangible. I want to know what an intangible asset is. Because tangible is something, and like I love that I went to college. Because tangible is something that you could touch. Tangible is something like, this mouse that I have in my hand, this is tangible. I can touch it. It's an asset, it's tangible. But what's intangible? Like, okay, and you want to hear some like, tangible and intangible. What is intangible? What's an asset that would be intangible? And this follows the same language that this bullshit GoFundMe does. It's like, this GoFundMe is here for Michael for like, stuff that maybe will come up or might not, but whatever, So what's intangible? Like what assets are you suing for? Or trying to get against Angela that are intangible? Because that, tangible is a strong word to use, and like, I'm a wordsmith and I love shit like this, and to use the word tangible is just like such a stretch for me. So something tangible is something you have, like you could, it's in your face, you could touch it. It's like, but intangible assets that that's like saying like well if in case like you give birth to a unicorn, that's mine, like that type of like jargon, like the intangible. What? Like, I don't like, that's very poor wording. And, that's from my opinion. I don't know. I don't like it. Like, and putting it out there, like, like it's just very bad wording. Like, it just is. Tangible and intangible, including but not limited to cash, checking stock options, savings, and various other financial accounts, furniture, cars, and real property. And respondents should be awarded an equitable division of these assets and parties. Like, oh my God.
Does he really feel like he's entitled to all this?
He does. And like, when you say intangible, it's like, you're suing for like the beyond is what that is. Like, when you say like intangible, it's like, well, it's not, I don't have it right now in my hands and I can't sue for it. But intangible means like, well, since I don't have it now, I'm gonna get you later with stuff that like that you can't materialize now. It's not, it's yucky. It's very messy, like not good wording. Because that leaves it open. Like saying intangible means like for and for whatever else, right?
But I
like
mean,
but
we
you're asking for.
remember that Angela's responsible for him for life. So he's been in this country a hot second. How can he determine what his, what's the word I'm looking for?
The fact is, Wicked, he should never be in this country because, we've all watched Michael being abused by Angela for 7 years on the show. Why did Michael come here? We've all watched it, right? Everyone in the chat, we've all watched Angela be mean to Michael time and time again for 7 years on this show. We've all watched it. Hey, look, I watched it. So why didn't Michael come here? Why did he come? I watched her being mean to him on the show. I have. We all have, right? So why did Michael come? Why did Michael come? Why did he come?
Ouch. I just, what is it that I'm trying to think of? It's like a life. Ow, shoot, that hurt. A lifestyle that he is accustomed to. Like he's been here 6 weeks. How does he know what type of lifestyle he's going to have in the United States? I mean, for all we know, Angela could go bankrupt next week. Unlikely, but I'm just still saying it could happen.
I just want to know, we've all watched Angela be mean to Michael, right? On the show for 7 years. Why did he come?
And I think we all agree with you.
The fact that he came and said, the amount of time he needed to stay was suspect, but, he came, right? Couldn't have been that bad.
True. I mean, no one had.
Everyone's saying, and she was coming to Nigeria, but, he never said, hey, Angie, don't come. That never happened.
John. MW, what are you talking about?
Anywho, so let's go back to this here. Stock. Respondent shows that the course of marriage, the parties have acquired certain assets, both real and personal, tangible and intangible, including unlimited to cash, checking, stock, and stock options, savings, and various other financial accounts, furniture, cars, and real property. And respondent should be awarded an equitable division of these assets to the parties.
I guess Angela has all kinds of stocks and bonds that we don't know about.
If you think Angela is like JP Morgan and Sons, I don't know what to tell you. But what?
Oops. Small fry, the same thing can be said of Gino and Jasmine. Jasmine very aggressive towards Gino.
I might be talking out of turn here, but checking, stock options, savings, and various other financial accounts. You know what this is? Them casting the biggest umbrella over everything and anything. This man is trying to cripple this woman. Look at the verbiage. All Angela wants is an annulment to get out of this marriage. This guy is saying, I want to leech onto you. I'm gonna drag this on for years, and now I'm stock options, savings, furniture, cars, and real property. Angela has one house that we've been to for years. The furniture there, I don't know if they think Heather Dubrow's fashion like her interior decorator is doing Angela's house, but like how this is so open ended is like, oh my god, Angela, I'm so sorry. This is unreal.
I mean,
And like
he
anybody
was
with,
everything she thought about having in life.
I know Angela doesn't even have stocks and stock options, like putting that out there. Savings,
You know, she does or does not.
not furniture, like they're making it
Yeah.
seem like Angela has like houses and like and like Monte Carlo and like Nice and this. This is ugly. You know, Michael also requests that the court require the petitioner to pay for the respondent's attorney fees and costs of litigation incurred in this proceeding. So that's the money he needed to go. My God, man. Are you not seeing this? That's the money he is requesting for the GoFundMe, the attorney fees to fight this, and now he's requesting for those attorney fees to be.
So why doesn't he just accept, like, okay, let's get this annulled? I mean,
Gets annulled and it's in Angela's favor. He'll be back on the first plane to Nigeria. That's
okay,
why.
so if he doesn't want it annulled, then get a divorce. Don't contest it. I mean, yes, that they've been married since 2020, but all of her assets.
Michael wants alimony. I can't even. Alimony. And to the people who say Michael deserves alimony, so you're telling that you're telling me and the world that Angela needs to pay money to Michael every month for alimony instead of taking care of her 6 grandkids that she takes care of every day, which Michael knows about. And Michael came here knowing about everything because Michael knew everything about everything going on in the house.
Right.
And you want Angela to pay Michael alimony because he deserves it because he knew how awful Angela was, right, from being filmed.
I mean, I think we can all, we know that he doesn't have his green card yet and he can't work. So, but does that mean, he wants Angela to foot his bills and never get a job while he's in the U.S.?
I wouldn't be so sure they couldn't work. He just got paid $40K from the show, so that's
Right, but I'm just saying, okay, the show's going to dry up because it's unlikely that they'll be on another season.
But he wants alimony, so and again, everyone's saying, we all watched Michael be abused by Angela for years and years and years and years and years. So he comes here, and now he's got this, that's what he's saying against her, and now he wants alimony. But Michael knew full well how horrible Angela was. He had 7 years of it for the 1 or 2 weeks Angela was there in Nigeria with him. So he's known for 7 years, but he decided to come here. So he came here knowing how horrible, right, Angela is. And now he wants alimony. And
But I'm just saying, he doesn't even know, he doesn't have a green card, so he doesn't even work right now. So, but when he does work, what is he qualified to do? Or is Angela just supposed to, foot the bill?
Small fry, you better be careful about grandkids because I was raised by my great grandmother. And then my grandmother after my mother passed away at a very early age. So, sometimes grandparents have to raise kids. And
So, how many kids does Skyla have?
3.
3. Okay. And then the other, she got a total of 6.
Yeah.
Or 5. So, and then the other 2s
There are
are
6 grandkids.
okay. So then the other 3 are
Scotty
5.
has 3, Skylar has 3. There are
Gotcha.
6
Okay.
grandkids. And, um, Michael knew all about it.
Right.
I said on the last live I did that, Angela kept Michael on the phone 24 hours a day, on Skype, so he could see, the goings on in the house. Michael knew what he was walking into in every sense of the word. But, I just get, annoyed with people saying, well, Michael was abused. We all watched it, and we all did, right? But, Michael kept it going. Not only did he keep it going, but then he wanted to come here and move into it. So what's wrong? Michael knew for 7 years on the show he was getting the raw end of Angela's dick, right? So why did he come here? And now he's asking for alimony, and now he's saying he's asking for repercussions because he can't find work as a performer now. But I thought you wanted to come here and be someone that loved Angela and wanted to be part of the family, but now you can't find work. That's whatever. Whatever. I don't know.
Well, I just think that, I don't think anything should be determined
Why
until
did Michael come here? Here's your
that's what we've been
chance.
talking about.
Everyone in the chat. Why did Michael come here?
I mean, the court has to look at the fact of his TikTok earnings. I mean, if he was smart, he wouldn't go on TikTok and be like, I don't have any money. The only money I got is from this GoFundMe and this little bitty bitty baby tiny bit that I got from the show. But the show's not going to be lasting forever.
I just opened the chat to everybody. Why did Michael come here?
For citizenship.
Chat's open to everybody. Why did Michael come here?
Hey, Seraphim, it's been a hot minute since I've seen you.
Why did Michael come here?
I will say, I mean, since his mother passed, I don't think we ever saw Michael's father on the show.
But we know that Angela treats him like crap on the show, so why did Michael come here? Why is Michael here?
But that's what I'm saying, what was left for him back in Nigeria. But I mean, he started this 7 years ago before his mother passed. So,
but he was in love with Angela. Nigeria doesn't have to do with
I
it.
actually think that
Why did
Trump
Michael come here?
and they're responsible for the rest of their lives.
And again, why did Michael come here? Because what I see from everybody on social media is that we've seen on TV Angela treat Michael like crap for 7 years now. Granted, why did Michael come here? We've all seen it. Why did Michael come here? We all knew he was going to leave, right? Why did Michael come here?
Do you honestly think that he loved her at any time, or was
I
it
thought
just
originally, but no. Now I don't think that. I think he was playing the long game. Because now he's got what? Let's see here. He's posing. He's doing these lives with all this fresh clothes on. Like, people are giving him money hand over foot. Now he's going live with, gold chains, and people are like questioning it, like, who donated. But why did Michael come here? Oh, we need Stephen and Olga. But why did Michael come here?
I will say that Angela made a point on the tell-all, which I didn't
So
necessarily.
so small fry. So that's the argument. Like, we've all watched Michael get abused for 7 years. And Michael was in Nigeria for 50 out of 52 weeks a year. Like, come on. And we're all supposed to feel bad for him. And we have all watched Angela treat him like crap, but he still came, right? And he came here and left the first chance he got, right? But we're supposed to feel bad for him. Well, he's like, got a Mercedes, getting new tires, gold chains. Okay.
But what I was going to say about like her on the reunion, I don't buy 100%. She said that, she doesn't get Botox, and she didn't have the, surgery, so that she can look young and beautiful. So people don't look at him like, why are you hanging out with the old lady? That I don't believe. I think she did it partly because she wanted to look younger than what she is, but I think another part of her wanted to do it.
Listen,
And
guys, my point.
No shame in that.
My point is, like, if Michael was so put upon, like, honestly, I'm not like coming for everybody in the chat, like, and I'm sorry if I feel like I'm not trying to attack anybody. My point is that, like, if Michael was so put upon, and like he was so, like, done with Angela, and he couldn't take another second of it, and this, we watched it on TV for 7 years, and for 7 years Michael was okay with it. And for 7 years, it was Angela going to Michael to Nigeria, where, Michael lived by himself for every week of the year except 2, man. And that's how his life was. And, then Michael started getting good money from being on the show. I mean, like, come on, man. This is like, not stuff that's like not that hard to comprehend. That was happening. And Angela's outspoken, and that was, and Angela and Michael, like, were at the forefront of, like, the figureheads of, like, 90 Day for, like, what, like, the last 5, 6, 7 years now. Like, it is what it is. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, or because, Lord, I'm dealing with so much right fucking now, and if you only knew. And I hate being off camera, but I have been just crying every goddamn day because I don't know what's going on with my husband. That's the truth here. I don't know what's happening with my husband. And, like, and everybody knows how much I love my husband, and I can't figure it out. And people texting me every second of every day about it, which I'm happy about, but also I can't deal with it because I am just so beaten. And I just, I just think about what I'm going through with my own husband right now in real time. And to see like Michael like pull all this stuff with this stuff, in the complaint, he wants spousal support, he wants this, he wants that, and like, these aren't people that love each other.
But
Like
on
I,
the
I look like I like look like this, and that's why I don't want to be on camera. But like, these aren't, like I love my husband, and like if I can sacrifice myself for him right now on an altar, I would do it. But you know, Michael, and that's what maybe why I'm taking to a different place right now. But like, Michael in my head, is mad about how Angela treated him, and we see this stuff on tell, it's not great and whatever, but Michael allowed it, and the stuff that you're watching on the tell-all is right when he was living with them, and that it was still the beginning, and that's not a true love.
I understand that, but you also, Angela had, there were a lot of red flags. And yes, I understand that she loved him and that she wanted to believe the best in him. There were so many red flags that she ignored. She kept threatening with the, I'm going to pull the paperwork. I'm going to pull the paperwork. I'm going to pull the paperwork. Okay, make your decision and live by it.
But like, what spousal support does Michael need? Like, he was living in Nigeria. He came here for like what, 6 weeks, and now he needs spousal support so Angela can pay for his good life in the USA. Do you see how backwards that is? And I know, like, people. I'm hemorrhaging followers. Like every day, I lose another 50 followers or subs or whatever because I stand by this and I don't care anymore because, you know, I it's not right what's happening.
It was a toxic relationship on both ends. She had as many red flags. He put up with the shit so he could get over here. But, she went on the last resort. She did this, she did that. You can't blame Michael, and I'll say blame loosely. Michael wants what people are telling him he's entitled to. Whether
But talk about the last resort, like, let's not forget, like, Michael gave Angela like the mini vibrator that she put in her hoo-ha, and like okay, all that. So like, that was like what, last year. And Michael, people are forgetting about that part. Like, Michael was like zapping her pussy, right? On last resort, and they were trying to make it work. But again, you want to make it like, you can't have Michael being this put upon person who was just at the end of his rope when, like, you see him on last resort getting like, who was like a remote control pussy zapper on Angela's like, box.
But in the same sense, she's bringing up the past. Oh, you cheated on me. You did. And granted, he probably cheated a lot, but she either has to forgive him for it and move forward or get past it. Because
guys, honestly, oh God, I'm sorry. I'm not happy. Nope. Okay. I'm not trying to like make anybody believe Angela or make or like that's not my goal. I'm just trying to put like facts out there, and it's up to you all to like, I started this live out like, about Kenny, which everybody loves, and like, I'm just saying, like, from what I've seen, like, I'm putting it out there, like, you've seen Michael on being on the show for 7 years now, And you see him still being filmed with Angela, and like, if the abuse was as bad as it was, you know,
But that's all
the
you're going to
show
do.
or one of them would have put the kibosh on it long ago, but like, and I have footage of Michael at Angela's house New Year's Eve where he's like, I love life, I love Angie, I love this, I have it all, man, and it's not hard to defend Angela, and it's not hard to defend me. So, Michael knew about all this, and we have all watched him know it. But people are like now, like, let's keep sending like, money, but like, Michael came here from Nigeria, and now he's wearing gold chains, wearing Mercedes hats. In front, probably bought that Mercedes like convertible. You know, he's living rent free, and these are all facts. So, like, he could come sue me next if he wants to, and come after me next. But these are all like realties. I say this with 100% knowing this that Michael got paid $40,000 from the show. 80K split two ways. Michael got it right before the show. Right before that GoFundMe started. I know that for a fact. So if Michael needed money for an attorney, he already had it there. But no, the GoFundMe started, and now Michael's got another 45K.
Right. I mean, why can't we agree that they're both horrible to each other?
Well, it's not Angela begging people for money now, is it?
Well, no, I mean, money aside, it's a toxic relationship for both of them. And obviously,
And
people are believing that, it's probably, I'm going to say, a 50-50. People who hate Angela, who want to see him, get out and blah, blah, blah. And then you have the people who, genuinely feel he was a victim, even though he wasn't. And so now
Michael was never a victim. Michael could have stayed in Nigeria. Michael could have stopped this relationship so many times. It was 90 Fiance and Sharp flying from North America to Africa. Michael could have stopped it if he felt, and we watched it. So why did Michael never stop it?
Would you
And
stop the money train?
this is the sword I'm gonna go down on. Why? That's my sword, and this is the sword I will go down on. Why didn't Michael stop it?
Would you stop your money train?
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly.
that's the basis of it, He's living a much better life in the last 7 years than he probably lived previous.
And you don't think that Michael was getting money from the show? If Michael would have to be a real idiot if Angela was coercing him and Michael still didn't see a dime. That's why Michael kept going on and on. How do you people not see this already? Angela wasn't coercing him to continue with the show. The show was, and they were seeing both the good shit, the good money that came with the show.
But you're also bringing in your personal relationship and details that a lot of people don't know. Not that that's saying that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I've always said, like, if
They use each other.
If I've ever said like what I really knew about like, everything, like, Lord, but I can't. But You know, Michael is not some innocent dullard.
I don't think anyone thinks he is.
So Wicked, you've seen Michael on the show for 7 years, and every season Angela's been mean to him. Why would he keep allowing it?
Because his life was better with Angela versus without her.
How so?
I mean, he stopped working. She was able to finance a few dreams. And when those dreams or those hobbies didn't become profitable, he still had something to fall back on. Angela was able to send him money because, I'm sure Carolyn can attest because she said she lives in both places. $500-600 in the US is different than $500-600 in Nigeria. But I think that he put up with it. I think initially he did love her. I don't know if he was part of the whole Paradise Men the whole time. I would be interested to know that. Huh? He was? Okay. And if he was, that's great. But, then you have people who are, talking in his ear, you got to hold this out. You got to hold this out. You got to hold this out. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. But then at what point does he draw his own line?
And he wants spousal support,
right,
like spousal support.
I've put up with this, I give him credit for the long game. They could have easily said, he could have easily said, look, I'm never going to get to the United States with this. So I'm done. But then maybe in this group, they're like, hey, go to the Ivory Coast. They approve everyone.
And it's not like this is pro Angela, hi, I'm Angela's friend, and I'm just showing you guys, everyone, well, Michael was being abused for 7 years, he deserves it, no, he lived for a 1 week with Angela in Nigeria. Michael at all times, ready? Headline: Michael at all times could have stopped Angela coming from Nigeria. So are you going to tell me, Michael, that Angela and Sharp and Martin and the producers had a gun to your head making you film in Nigeria because you had to? I mean, according to you, it was bad stuff and we watched it on TV. So why was production and Sharp Entertainment all up in your face filming it year after year after year after year? I'm sorry.
Okay, but to a certain point, Sharp and production, this is the same thing as Gino and Jasmine.
No. It is not the same as Gino. No.
Let me finish. They are not going to let true abuse take place on their show. The reason being, Jeffrey is in jail. The minute they found out about these allegations, he was gone. Off like a prom dress, never to be heard from again. Granted, he's in jail and doesn't have that opportunity, but the same thing with the dude in the younger girl. They lived up on the East Coast. He hung out with Sinjin and Tanya. He had some allegations against him. He's done. So you've got to look at the fact that if there was true abuse, Sharp would have cut you. They're not going to allow a
right, and there wasn't, because here we are, and not only did Sharp not cut it, they were in there, let me get every shot here, so there's that. I'm sorry, everyone's saying like, Michael, because you're getting like what Sharp wanted you to see. And again, like I'm not saying that that
Right.
Angela wasn't mean to Michael. She was, but Michael was the one that kept allowing it. And it wasn't because like, he was like, had some type of like, syndrome from it. Like, he didn't have PSTD from it. It was that like he was making a lot of money from being on the show. And then, oh man, it is what it is. I'm just like, it's just insane that, and I'm not the only person now calling this GoFundMe out. There is a lot of people who are
Right.
saying
At what point are they going to stop?
bullshit.
They've
Like,
raised the money.
This
They're
is somebody here that raised
right.
$100.
Almost double.
Harry he has 43K from donations. It was way more than enough money now. I support Michael. He deserves it, but enough is enough. The scale is now leaning towards greed.
Right.
Close to donations. And this was 3 days ago, by the way.
Right. And it's almost doubled. So at what point do they say, thank you, turning it off? We're no longer making. Because guess what? These people can find him on TikTok. Give it to him on TikTok. If you're so bound and, hell bent on giving him a donation, you'll find him. Hey, what's your Venmo? What's your PayPal? What's your Cash App? He'll get the money.
So let me close out this part because I think we
Beat the horse enough.
I think we did. Sorry.
Are you trying to figure out what my profile picture is?
No.
Okay. If you would like for me to share the picture of my profile.
And again, guys, like I don't want like, I have my own opinions and I know that a lot of people don't agree with me. That's fine. I don't want everybody agreeing with me all the time because that makes for a boring TV show. Well, or YouTube show, I should say. But and I'm sorry, I've been around much. I just have a lot going on here, and I'm tired. But I just really want to thank, everybody for being here.
So are we going to call this a night?
Yeah, we are. And again, like, you can believe Michael, and like, what we watch from being on TV with Michael is that, like, yeah, poor
I'm
guy.
just saying that
Like, it's just weird, like,
the
and think
tell-all
about it.
reveals a lot.
Why would he come here? And again, he was in his home country, safe under his blankets until like Godzilla Angela came, right? For 2 weeks a year, Anzilla, right, came to Nigeria and like right, and just let him have it. But Michael was okay with it. Year after year after year after year after year after year after year. That was 7 times, and I had to count. And he was okay with it. And then he got here, and and people are saying like, he needs his money for attorneys because of like, Angela's gonna drag us out. No. Angela's not trying to drag this out. She wants this over as quickly as possible. The person who wants it to drag out is him. And maybe that's why he needs all this money. But it is what it is. Oh, and by the way, Steven and Olga broke up. And I like them both. And they've broken up a couple times before. And I hope they work it out. Steven and Olga from season 6 of 90 Day Fiance have broken up. They've broken up a few times before, and I like they're one of the rare couples where like I like both people. So like you know Corey and Evelyn or Rachel and John. Well, they're not done bags, but like you know I like both of them. So Steven and Olga did break up again. I'm hoping that they will realign because they're really cute together and they have the cutest son. And I don't know, they were super young when they got on the show, and like you know they have the kids. And but I you know they broke up a few times, and I really hope that I think I posted something here. Let me see. I didn't want to talk about it because I love them so much, and they're like you know like let me see. Nope. Who are those people? Oh, right. That's Michael just being like, oh look at my designer clothing with all these people here. Oh, there he is. This was fast, but yes, I decided to put an end to our relationship and put her first. She's a great mom, but I couldn't be in a relationship anymore. There's obviously more context I'll share in the time when I'm ready. You all ask, but like you know, Steven and Olga, like you know, they were so young when they were on the show, and I'm rooting for them still.
Well, they have a child or possibly children, so at the very least, they need to be good co-parents.
And they will be, but like I'm rooting for them. Like, you know, and they're young and like I just, you know, I didn't want to make a thing out of it because like I just really care for both of them. And so hopefully they work it out. And the people still donating to Michael, good luck. And when you see him driving a Jaguar, I hope you know who bought it. So Wicked, thank you for being up here tonight with me.
Of course.
And Addie, it was her birthday. It was Addie's birthday. It was Ellie's birthday. Lots of August. And again, it's been hard here lately and I can't go live much, but I just wanted to have fun tonight. So thank you guys for being here with me, and didn't want to think about what I've been thinking about 24/7. So I appreciate it. And
Well, give Cody my love. I'm sure everyone in the chat sends their love and well wishes and prayers and good juju and karma and all that other good stuff.
yeah, there'll be no live tomorrow, MW, but thank you. But thank you guys. And again, no one has to like, you know I don't like Kenny. I know most people love Kenny, so it's cool. I also know that everybody hates Angela, but I like Angela. And if you want to like if you want to like Michael, that's cool too. But just like look at it from the angle I'm trying to like present it at. Like Michael knew how horrible Angela was, right, for 7 years on the show, but he still came over, right?
I don't think anyone's denying that.
And if Michael was so abused by Angela for 7 years on
As
TV,
much as you are defending
People would
Angela, why
say
did
to
he want
Michael,
you to
right?
come
Like,
over?
Michael, why would you come to the United States? Wouldn't some like my takeaway, my Jerry's
I
final
think just
thought,
as
Tanya's final thought.
staunchly,
Wouldn't people say to
listen,
Michael, like, why would you come to like
listen,
her country knowing that she's gonna like treat you like crap when she's treated like crap in your country, which you could have avoided? Why would you do that?
as staunchly as you're defending Angela and why did
Not
he
me
get you
defending
in?
Angela like that. It's not. It's me just being like Michael,
I
like
understand
we're
that.
kind of
Let me
full of shit. But like, it's not coming from like me, like, it's not me staunchly defending Angela. It's not. It's me being like, Michael, if you were this abused by this woman, you would have never come to her home country. And that's the question nobody wants to answer. Why did he come here? But all the people want to keep sending money. Good for them. Great. It's wonderful. But like, that's the question. Why did he come here?
Well, I mean, I think we know you're going to die on that hill, but in the same
I
sense,
will. On the sword.
on the sword, in the same sense, Michael wouldn't knew what he was getting into when he came married and came over here, in the same sense that Angela knew what she was getting into with, hey, I'm going to withdraw the paperwork. Fuck it. I'm going to withdraw the paperwork. I'm going to withdraw the paperwork. Oh, you've got this. You're an admin on a website for Paradise Men and you help other couples get together? That's not suspect. Okay,
Yeah.
so
All right. So
let me tell my rock story. Okay, so my profile picture is a rock. My dad found this rock. It used to be a lot bigger. My dad found it on the side of the highway and he picked it up, brought it home. And when we moved from a house, he brought it to the next house. And then when we moved from that house, he didn't make it to our last house. So my cousin was driving by and my dad would mention it every now and then. He was like, I used to love that rock. So my cousin noticed that the gentleman was rehabbing. He was, flipping the house and he stopped by. He was like, hey, just chit chatted with him. And, he's like, oh man, I watched the Incredible Hulk from that room. He was like, you know what? He said, if you ever want to get rid of that rock, he was like, let me know. It has a lot of great memories. So the guy was like, take it. That way I don't have to move the damn thing. And he was like, I'll pay you for it. He said, it's a beautiful rock. He was, oh, no, just take the darn thing. So he surprised my mom and my brother with it on my parents' anniversary. And so my brother was cute because he was like, pink rock, meet green rock, meet pink rock. But it's just, my dad loved that crazy rock. And it used to be a lot bigger, but it, of course, has eroded over the years.
I love that story. Yes, thank you.
Are you being facetious?
No, not at all. I swear, I love it. I'm sorry, like but I'm like I don't know if I'm coming or going. I have so many things like I have to like actually kind of get some recording right now. The takeaway of the story is that Statler is annoying and Kenny is like Queen Zeusia. Like Kenny sits on like Mount Olympia. He's like Athena, or at least he thinks he thinks he's Athena on like Pillow Talk Mountain Olympus. And the thing again, I'm not trying to make a thing about this every time I go live. I've been live in a week. I have a lot going on, but this whole like Michael, like, spousal support and his defamation against his name. Like, Michael, all you wanted was to be like, someone who could come here and be like a Trump loving, American. And, now it's, you got here, like, and again, there's, he's got $50,000 on his GoFundMe, twice what he asked, but, what if he deserves all this money and the 40K he just got from like the show, why did he come here? Which nobody wants to answer. Like, that's the thing. No one can answer it. Like, why did Michael come here? We've all seen him, and everyone says from morning, noon, and night that we've all watched Michael get abused by Angela, and good for him for being here. But you watch him being abused by Angela for 7 years while he was in Nigeria, but you're okay with him coming here and then staying here for the minimal allotted a week so he can like leave and then run off. And I mean, it's just weird. I don't know. He never, and whatever, people want to hate Angela, and trust me, she's not easy to like, just like I'm not. And Small Fry, if I missed your answer, I'll speak on it later. I kind of gotta go. I've been live for 3.5 hours. I gotta take care of some stuff here. So thank you, Wicked and Addie, for being here again. Addie, happy birthday. Ellie, happy birthday. It was Little Shoe's birthday. Happy birthday. So many birthdays in August. And good night, everybody. Thank you, Wicked.
Happy birthday to all.